29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1. 0.
Well, guess what I did? Oh, well, I didn't do anything. I got the hum figured out, though, obviously. As you guys can see, the audio sounds great, right? No hum. I've got 1 minute knife review with me. I ate a 50 milligram edible 20 minutes before we started. So we're just gonna wing it and see what happens. It's Friday. So, in case you guys are wondering, the 1 minute, like 1 minute and 14 seconds where there's just music playing, because I saw somebody say something about it being Cole's live feed. It's not. I don't sound like this.
Hey, what's going on? That's not what I sound like.
So obviously it's not Cole. So yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting. So let's go ahead and just bring in 1 minute knife review. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I have an honest question for you though. This is gonna be fun. I can feel it already. So I reviewed your channel, and I'm curious as to why. I'm curious as to why you call it 1 minute knife review.
Okay, so you want to hit.
Total, you have a total of one video that's 1 minute long. Like one. It's exactly 1 minute long. The others are like 1 minute 14, 1 minute 37, 6 minutes and 26, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm like, we should just call it knife review.
Yeah, there you go. So no, actually, you want to dive in right into the meat and potatoes here. This is a good story if you want to get going. So what happened was the original story started off with my channel name being simply 1 minute knife video, because I was putting out short videos about a minute long, and I was doing it to kind of just document my collection and stuff. But then people started freaking watching them. I discovered.
Isn't it funny how you find out you're a narcissist that way? You're like, oh, shit, people are watching it. I'll keep doing
people
it.
are watching it. I guess I couldn't stop at that point. And so then
You actually, like that first time that you get to like, I've done something. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it's like, wow, someone found value in something that, yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why they would find value in that, but yeah, someone found value in it. No, what happened to the channel name though is it got changed, and it got changed by other people, not me. And I can run down the list of people who changed it. It was Jared Neves from Neves Knives and Kara. It was someone whose names we're not allowed to mention anymore. It starts with an S and has a D in it, and it's kind of slicey dicey. We're not allowed to talk about him anymore.
I thought you meant Stinky Dick, and
there you go.
That's what I started calling him. So like,
there you go.
Same guy.
We're not allowed to talk about him anymore. Brain fart. What's his name? Oh, Metal Complex. Yeah, that guy. So anyway,
I talked to him earlier today. I just talked to him earlier. I talked to Neves on the phone earlier today.
That's really funny. They both, in those two in particular, but all of them couldn't get my name right. Every single time I would like post a super chat or they would comment about me, or they would be talking about something. It would be, oh, it's 1 minute knife review. Oh, I love his videos. Oh, he's so great. I'm like, that's not me. Okay, that's not me. You're saying the wrong name. And at some point, yeah, right. It just got easier. It's like, you know what? Fine. The gods. I mean, even Nick Shabed's got it wrong. It's like the gods have spoken. So it's 1 minute knife for you now. There you go.
That's another dude. I just not trying to like
drop names.
Not trying to name drop or anything, but yeah, I talked with Nick Shabazz.
I would love to meet him.
Absolutely nothing to do with knives. I was talking with Nick about completely unrelated subjects.
Cool.
Nick has an eclectic collection of weird information, and so am I, and that's why we get along so well.
I would love to meet him.
We were discussing the 5-inch gun system and how the extraction ejection cycle is so much different on a 5-inch gun system than it is on like an automatic handgun. I was like, oh no! And the most important part of it is this little pneumatically open door that gets out of the way of the casing, and like that's the part that's always going to go awry. And you're like, you may as well just come in and turn the gun on in the morning and go, fuck, we got to get the ladder. I got to go fucking fix that thing again.
I know this much about anything other than what I own. In terms of military stuff.
I have something to show everyone because there's a video coming about that. I did a short this morning, and I was going to make sure you got to see this. That came into That is a Higo 2 by Rockstead with full titanium scales.
Wow. I'm looking over here because I have a bigger screen with it on. I wanted to get a good look at it. Wow.
Okay, check it out. Okay, we got to hear this. This has become a new standard thing. Like, what's it sound like in an echo chamber? So I know that I didn't change the background to look like a hanger, but listen to this.
Ooh.
I still say, oh crap, where'd I put it? I still say this one is the champ.
I don't know.
It's got such a cool detent when it goes back in when it locks. All right, enough of that goofiness. So, yeah, I'm selling this for the individual. I'm trying to. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to sell it.
I would love to be able to buy everything I see.
I would too, but right now the $850 he wants for this is about $1,700 more than I got. So,
yeah, I hear you.
What's new? What's new on your workbench? What do you got new on your workbench?
Well, yeah, well, first of all, I'm not a knife reviewer, so I don't have a workbench. But yeah, I do videotapes on my desk with the leather plate. Anyway,
I was about to put you in timeout. I was like, I'm not a knife reviewer, and I was gonna put you in a corner and be like, all right, we're just gonna do this by ourselves now because I don't know what
I'm a guy who films knife videos. I told you that. I told you it's not my fault. Hey, look, I just want to share this message for everybody. Don't get you in trouble, what?
I love that movie.
It won't get you in trouble, what?
Did you see my coffee cup?
Yeah, that's why I did it after you showed me that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's nothing. That's another reason why we have the long delay from the start, because I have a tendency to come in and say, "What's up, fuckers?" And if you do that in the first few seconds of a live feed, they automatically demonetize it. Ouch. But then they look at mine and are like, "There's 16 people here. I don't think we need to worry about this live feed."
Yeah, we're not running that good. Everyone's saying hi. Give me 1 second to say hi, everyone. Everybody, hi, everybody. Shout out to, let's see, real quick, Troy, Alice, 2A Dave, Robert, Andy, Will, Robert again. There we go. Josh.
Tree Stabbing Troy is here. There's a whole bunch of people here. I just haven't put up any of the comments while I'm late.
No problem. I just wanted to shout out everybody because I know Troy at least said he was going to come in to see me, which I'm really flattered because, wow, thanks. By the way, one of the ways I collect is people's knives. Troy sent me this knife, and it's one of my favorite knives of all time. Thank you, Tree Stabbing Troy. I love it
too. I do that too. I've got knives. I've got several knives that are like prized possessions that are things that people do. And not necessarily just because they were a gift or anything like that, but just because they're great. Like I have a paying member on the channel. If I could find the stuff he gave me, he's given me some of the best knives I've had come in a while. He gave me this one, which is that that La Sanction, the Bastinelli design.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
My Acheron, and I carry this in my jeans pocket. Got me a PMP Big Boy, and then gave one just like it to my neighbor George. George is a great dude. We stopped by his place the other day because Winston's kind of local. He gave me a TS. What is this? The 383? Yeah, 383. This is probably one of the best performing knives I've had come in a long time.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I wanted to get a look
Lots
at
of
that.
stuff that's come in. Yeah, the 383 is great, but right now what's getting a lot of pocket time is the Ferrum Forge Aluris.
Yep. I only have one Farron Forge knife. I've got the little mini Archbishop. So
I have a
carbon fiber one too.
I have a full size one.
Oh yeah, there you go. Pretty. It's a great knife. I like the blade design. Yep.
I got mine. So I had started hanging out with Chris and Elliot when they were doing this run of knives, and I showed up at the shop one night and I saw this one, and I was like, Elliot, I gotta have that knife. And he's like, which one? And I was like, the green one. He's like, bro, that hasn't even gotten sharpened or put on the website yet. I was like, yeah, I know. I want it to come home with me. He's like, I still have to do a couple things to it. He's like, I'll work on it tonight. And we started drinking beer, and then I wound up sleeping on the floor in the shop. And I was like, I got home at I think I left the shop at like 3 o'clock in the morning and went home. And I told him, I was like, I'll be back at like 9. And I show up back at the shop at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. He goes, still want it? And I was like, yeah. He's like,
yeah, I would have been camping out too if I liked something that much. Yeah.
Oh no, it was just because I got drunk, couldn't drive home. So I had a key to the shop, and I told him I'm meeting back there the next day. And he was like, yeah, it's done now. And I was like, cool.
Wow. And, so you let a hungover guy sharpen and design your knife for you.
Got news for you. I don't think people know this. The majority of knife makers, there's some exceptions. Sorry. The majority of knife makers don't even touch a piece of steel to the grinder unless they've had at least 1 or 2 beers. It's nerve wracking. I was
gonna say, yeah, the risk of destroying a $1,000 knife as you're trying to grind that blade just right. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah, I can see that.
Staff Sergeant's here. What's up, Sergeant?
We got and so's Gary. Hi.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Gary's here too.
There we go. Brown Photography Knife. So that's a local boy down here. That's JR, and he's actually I got.
Where are you again?
I am in South Texas.
That's right.
We are about as south in Texas as you can go. We are all
down near South Padre Island area.
Yep, exactly. About 7 miles. I got this little one from him, which is a 21. My moon landing is one of the prized knives in my collection. So thank you, JR.
Mini 21.
Yep, small 21. Great knife.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to shout him out since he popped in specifically to come see us because that's very, very flattering. Thanks, brother.
What is your current favorite EDC pocket knife? Like besides the one you showed, because that'd be boring. Like that one gets an exception. Man, that is
okay. EDC size. I've been having these two hanging out a fair amount.
Is that a Leon Ma?
No, this is a Pena.
No, the other one.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's yeah. This is a Pena. Sorry. Yeah, that's the Pena.
Okay.
Vanny clip with the funky grind on the blade. Can I show it to you? There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, the compound grind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. And then this one is the Harrier Fledgling, and I think it's called Fledgling. It's Harrier something, and it has Fledgling after it on the box, which is just a titanium frame lock, and it is 204p. It's just a beast. Not a common knife, but I'm really digging it. I've been really
204p is a good steel. It is so similar to 20CV and M390, but they're enough different.
Seems like
they are basically the same steel. You're going to get the same results, but the edges are a little bit different on each. M390, I like the edge at a little bit higher grit than I do 20CV. 204p, I like it really toothy, even though they're basically the same steel. I mean, they're analogs for each other, but I don't know if it might just be a heat treat thing that different companies are using those steels and they heat treat differently. But like Riat's M390 is freaking stellar. Their heat treat. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's
knife company too.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm not sure who makes who the OEM is for the Pena, but
I would say it's probably Riat because I know that's who he's got making the slip joint ones.
The flippers, right? The front flippers. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's who he's got making them. I mean, you can kind of pick out like little things like packaging and stuff like that. Like it looks like a Riat. Chris and Elliot had these done, obviously, by We Knife Company. I saw how the packaging was on these, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely We Knife Company.
Yeah, the fit and finish on it and stuff like that. And there's just certain companies that I can tell when I get more than one knife made by that company, the OEM in China. I mean, I can actually start to get a feel for who's making what, like CJRB. They're
that's one of my favorite knives right there. Is the CJRB Rhea.
Rhea, yeah. And then this is the one I won from Jody Bear. This is the little Centros I won from Jody Bear on the
the mini Centros.
Yeah, I got it from the Blade Show, Saturday Knife Live, the one that was at Blade Show. So, but these are what I was trying to get to is that they nice knife. Their micarta all feels the same. I can tell they're micarta. It's like that's a CJRB because of the micarta. I can just tell. Yeah.
CJR. Well, there's a handful of companies. Kaiser's doing really good micarta. I love micarta on a knife. Some of my favorite knives are done on micarta. This is, as much as I like a lot of the other budget knives, I just did a video about this one. This is that Miguron Valona. The hands down at the price point, bells and whistles, $50 knife. I thought this thing was going to be like a $300 knife. It is the best budget knife I've ever had come in. So people are like, I thought, because they watched your videos, and I kind of knew when you said your daughter might be watching and everything that you were a little bit older, but it's the first I've ever really seen you. And I was they were like, man, I thought he was like 19. Everybody's like, yeah, I was like, he's got a teenage daughter. And I'm like,
you are probably the first actually to ever have me on video with my face. So yeah, there you go. It's a first.
I'm starting to regret it.
I would too.
It's not bad enough that I got to look into all these lights. Then I got to look at that.
Hey, I've got 3 screens going. Imagine my torture. I have to look at me and you.
Guess what? I have my own special brand of torture because I ate 2 big bowls of sauerkraut and kielbasa for lunch. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, I stink. Oh, what a smell that's coming out of me. And I'll burp and I'm like, oh, it's coming out of both ends.
At least you're in the garage.
But I've got a fan blowing like right at the garage door into the house. I was like, if we got a sewer leak somewhere, what the fuck is that?
What are you doing out there in the garage? Yeah, right. Anyway, honey, it's not what you think. It's the sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's somebody hit an animal out on the street and somebody tipped their trash can over.
Uh-huh.
No, it's been. I have to say that like today it's so much better. It only got up to like 74 degrees today. I've been talking with my paying members. It's like monsoon season here in Arizona, but I'm literally about a 20-minute walk from the ocean.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's been so freaking humid, and it
hasn't been the ocean in Arizona. Wait a second, you're in Arizona.
No, I'm in California.
Okay, how can you be
monsoon season? The monsoon season here in Southern California and in Arizona is the same time.
Gotcha.
And so it's just been so because that humid air goes up through Arizona. It has been like 86% humidity. And everybody's like, well, that's like 86% humidity and 86 degrees. I was like 86, 76 degrees, 78 degrees, 79, stuff like that. Everybody's like, well, that's not really that hot. And I was like, it is when you're in a freaking studio, a garage studio, and you have no air conditioning and you have studio lights on and stuff running and you have to turn the fan off so that everybody can hear you without the buzz. Because my fan, when I'm recording videos, like right now, you guys can't hear it.
It's real loud, right?
It's not the fan itself. There's like, it's an audio artifact. It's like the electrical motor.
Gotcha.
It's a static buzz and I can't edit it out. When I do get it edited out, the rest of the audio is just shit. So I literally spend, 30 to 40 minutes at a pop with the fan off. And I'm just sitting here just sweating. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to guys. And I was like, I'm completely hit. Like the whole front of my shirt's wet. And I'm like, I had like switched shirts like 3 times for the outros because I don't do an intro anymore. I just do outros.
Yeah,
And I was like,
they're telling me I have to tell you how hot it is down here.
I know how hot it is down there. I've been down there. That's why when you said like way down south, I'm like South Padre Island. But like I said, like,
but the island isn't that bad. The island's usually about 10, 20 degrees cooler than us inland. We're usually a little bit hotter.
I've been there. I know what it's like.
It's
I've been to El
beautiful,
Paso. I know what it's like.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it. I'm from Indiana originally, and the cold.
I shot the outro. I shot the outro of the last video I did the other day, and I didn't even change. Like the whole shirt sweated through the pits, and I'm like, I was gonna change shirts so it didn't look like this, but I was like, why ruin? I was like, I've already sweat 3 shirts through today. My wife is gonna murder me. She's like, you know how much water it costs right now?
Yeah. The bad thing about humidity is your body just simply can't shed it. Physiology is kind of part of my thing. I'm a physical therapist, so when you have, and I'm hairy, so when you have high humidity and your body's trying to shed, your body's trying to shed off that humidity. It's your body just says,
it won't evaporate. That's why everybody keeps telling me, oh, get one of those Arctic, like the Arctic Cool, and I was like, it doesn't work if you're like above 60% humidity. And they're like, why not? I was like, because it's an evaporative cooler. You don't get the cooling effect of the evaporation after 60% humidity.
Right. It's a swamp pump.
They're like, what? I was like, it's just a swamp cooler. They're like, yeah, but you could do this. And I'm like, yeah. And then I go from 70% humidity in my shop to 90% humidity, and it's not doing any good. I was like, and the guy was like, yeah, it would help. And I was like, not as much as a fan.
Yeah, actually, just the air movement helps a lot. It really does. Just having constant air.
Spitfire. I came up with a solution to high humidity a long time ago. So don't drink water.
You'll die.
I was going to say, I think that's a solution to not living. Like, just don't drink water.
Okay. Hi, Patina Turner. Let's see. I see some new people popped in.
Patina's here. Mark's here. Diver Dave.
Spitfire.
Spitfire actually helped me move into this house.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Spitfire. This thing will hold, like, if you fill a Keurig, like the largest one on a Keurig, the largest setting for the largest cup, 2 of those will fill it to here. You still have room for milk. And I've literally had probably 5 of these today.
That's why you're able to keep up with me. No, I'm teasing.
I don't sleep. It's not the caffeine. I just like coffee.
You mentioned that the other day on your live that you have bad trouble with sleeping, not being able to. I do too. I don't know why.
It's a genetic thing. I've talked about it before. My dad had it. My sister has it. My dad's one sister had it. His father had it, and it's just a thing. Once we hit puberty. It happened with my dad and like one of his siblings or 2 of his siblings. But at any rate, it's on my father's side of the family. And it's like, I don't know if it's like a chemical imbalance or what, but you'll go through. And once you hit puberty, like the amount of sleep you get just pretty much drops drastically. I remember before I went through puberty, I would go to bed. I'd sleep 8-9 hours. My mom would have to wake me up for school. I literally, if I get, like, we'll get done with this, and I'll probably film another couple videos and do some editing. I'll go to bed like maybe 2 or 3, and I'll be back up tomorrow at 6, and I'll be fine. But then you go
lunchtime.
I just don't get. I don't.
You don't get tired. I take naps. Yeah.
Don't. So I'll just go like that. But then every once in a while, you go through this little spell, like 3 to 5 days. You just don't sleep at all.
Oh, no sleep. No. See, that sounds a lot like I hate to say it, but it sounds a lot like mania. Like you have a slight case of bipolar disorder, and it might be enough.
So I see a psychiatrist and a psychologist, and they're like, "It's not." He's like, "You're not bipolar." He's like, "It's a problem with the chemicals that regulate sleep, and it's not like it's anything detrimental. It's not like I'm like, oh God, I'm a zombie."
Yeah. Does your function suffer? Right.
No. That's like, and that was one of the things when I was downrange, it was great because you don't get much sleep anyway. And everybody's like, how come? They're like, what? They're like, what the fuck are you taking? And I was like, I'm not taking anything. I just don't fucking sleep.
Sorry,
it's just been a thing. It's a genetic trait.
I'm a night person. I worked years at gas stations and waiting tables and all that stuff to the point where I will be up until If it's my preference, I'll be up until about 3 a.m. But as I've gotten older, I wake up at 8 a.m. now every single day. Yeah. The later I stay up, the less sleep I get. Yeah.
I always liked the night shift. Like anytime a night shift, like when I was in the military. When I was in the military, you don't have a set shift. It just goes through. Polly, I'm not in the mood for you, Polly. You know my dad is dead.
Aw. Hey, are you trying to say I'm not freaking old looking? Bite me, motherfucker.
I mean,
sorry. I'm not that old looking, I hope. Now I'm going to have to start dyeing my beard like all the rest of these guys do.
I don't. It's funny. Like my beard didn't start growing in like super heavy until like all the hair that I was going to lose off the top of my head started fucking like. It's like
that explains it.
Yeah, like I lost a lot of hair, but I'm not losing anymore. It just got to a point where there's Polly likes to say it's like a puppy's belly.
I think it just pulls through. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it started growing on my ears, nose, and my beard got thicker, and I was like, it's in there. It just can't get out the right way anymore.
Yeah, I've been fortunate and unfortunate both. I can't grow a decent beard. I mean, I can grow a short beard, but I just get fuzzy. It just gets fuzzier and fuzzier and fuzzier. I start to look like a giant chipmunk. You got to brush it like a lot. I need to trim mine. I do, but like, which is gorgeous, man. That thing's awesome.
My wife is like every time I was like, oh, you need to trim your beard, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give it another month. So I'm like, I should trim it. She's like, you should trim your beard. And I'm like, tell me what to do.
You tell me what to do. And yeah, you some of you guys. I mean, your beards are like, dang, impressive. Very impressive.
Guys, if you guys don't follow Purple Heart Barbecue, you probably should. He's been doing a lot of good videos. And we have I'll do this. We have a podcast that the first episode goes up Monday? Is it Monday? Yeah, he said Monday. Called, that's not it. The Peanut Butter and Pickles podcast. That's going to be going up. I don't know. We haven't decided. I'm peanut butter, by the way, because Polly's a salty motherfucker. So yeah, if you don't follow Polly's channel, you probably should. But we're gonna have those. We're gonna have the podcast starting up soon.
I'm trying to catch up with the chats there while you were promoting. Good luck. Yeah, I couldn't keep track of what they're talking about. They're talking about something I don't know what it is. So, yeah, there you go. Sorry, did I just advertise Dos Equis? There you go, everybody. Dos Equis, the beer of the South.
So Last Ranger said you need some Sad Steve beard oil. I saw a Sad Steve video about the Oloris pop up, and I was like, who the fuck is Sad Steve?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know who that was?
Said Stevie.
Huh?
Said Stevie has changed his name. He dropped the I.
Yeah, I was like, Sad Steve. And I was like, but I use the, what is it? I use Viking Revolution beard oil, beard shampoo, and conditioner.
Makes me wonder if someone didn't rename his channel too, like they did mine. Just saying. Someone can't spell. Typed in sad instead of said every time, and yeah, maybe. I'm saying.
Oh, said Stevie's okay. So it's
sad. It's now sad.
I don't have my reading glasses, so I can't see it. Like,
So anyway, I'm just wondering if they didn't.
Okay, so my buddy Polly has a very abusive personality. I don't know if you've noticed. He says your guest looks poor, Mike, and I don't like it.
That's my response.
What's that?
Well, that would be the titanium Malibu.
But that doesn't mean anything to him.
Well,
Polly doesn't know anything about knives.
Oh, good. Gold class.
Like, Polly's like, so I've been using the pull through on my kitchen knives, and I'm like,
So Polly, the reason why I'm poor, and this is why I'm showing you the reason why I'm poor.
Yeah.
Actually, Polly, I'm a physical therapist. So I make an excellent living. I like to dress the way I dress because I'm from Indiana and I was raised middle class. I have no pretensions. I don't need to show off anything. I like doing and being who I am, and that's why I'm here. So if you don't like it, well, you can go over to my Instagram channel and I post tons of flowers. So go look at the flowers. They'll make you happy and you won't be nearly as mad.
No, no, yeah, he will. You don't know Polly. Like Polly is like I thought, like my wife one time, I was like, do you really think I'm that angry? She's like, you're the angriest person I know.
If I had, Polly, if I had this much of of a smidgen of it. So I'm also slightly autistic and have no empathy. I could care. I'm probably, what do you call it? Psychopathic. I could care less what you're saying. It's cracking me up.
That's okay. That's okay. No one else cares either. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why his old lady left him.
Taste. You know what? I've got a buddy that I play D&D with, Polly, that is as bad. In fact, Chris, that's not you,
Texas.
Chris.
You don't pay attention. Hang on.
Polly, you're an idiot. He told us he's in southern Texas. Pay the fuck attention. You fucking brain-dead army grunt.
Whoops.
Like I said, I ate a 50 milligram edible right before we started.
Yeah, I heard you. That's why I started laughing when you were setting
Well,
up.
here's the thing, I have a buddy that just retired from the military, and he goes, "Hey, man, I know you got some," and I was like, "What are we talking about here?" And he goes, "Don't play dumb," and I was like, "Who's playing?" And so he came over, and he decided that he was. I told him, I was like, he brought some over, and he's like, "Bro, we're gonna do this together," and I was like, "Bro, I do this all the time." Like,
really?
I'm constantly in some sort of devil lettuce inebriation, and he's like,
"Yeah, Texas, man."
Yeah, he was like, "Okay," and so he gets this like, I think it was like 400. No, it was a 200 milligram chocolate
motorcycle.
It's the kid down at the end. He's got a motorcycle. It's not the ones that I threatened to pistol whip. So he gets this and he brings it over and he's like, "We're going to take half." And I was like, "I don't think you should take half. I don't think
the whole thing."
I was like, "I don't
you
think
didn't
you
think
need
you could do it." Oh.
I was like, "I don't think you need 100 milligrams." And he
Really?
goes, I was like, "I don't think you need 100 milligrams. First time you've had any since you were 17 and now you're retiring from the military." And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, you don't need 100 milligrams. I was like,
you can have a nervous breakdown.
I eat 100 milligram every night before bed. That's my nighty night, so that I can actually get a little bit of sleep." And he's like, "No, I'll be okay." And like fucking half an hour later, his wife was like, "Thanks, Mike. Thanks." And I was like, "You need help getting him in the car?" And he's like, "Bro,
wait.
Like, I can't see."
Is that
better?
Like,
"Yeah, you can." He's like, "What?
Is that better?"
I don't know. I don't.
Oh no, he's wanting me to be more scary. Heels have eyes version of you. So is that it?
Just ignore anything that Polly has to say. It's just pretend he's not there. I do it. That's what we do.
Yeah, I can't comment in any way, shape, or form either. Through
Yeah, you can.
Well, just you see, the problem is any comment I make might demonstrate more knowledge than I'm supposed to have. So I'll just leave it at that and not make any comments. So there you go.
At this point, everyone knows that everyone in the world went to high school and a lot of them went to college.
Good point.
That's all I got to say. Like,
good point. Good point.
Oh,
actually, everyone on
a list.
knows
I had a list of questions. I had a list of questions, and I've just completely.
I was going to say, everyone on here knows, Mike, that I toured with the Grateful Dead for years and woke up in the back of John Evans' car.
That's all right. I went out one night when I was like 19 in Japan, and went out and got drunk and woke up when I was 28 and married. What happened?
I was wondering about your wife. So you asked me your questions, but I got a few of my own. I've got a few of my own.
So, what is your favorite knife company? Current knife company? Like, who do you think you like their stuff the best right now?
Wow, that is a really, 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 really tough question. I think I'm going to throw you a left-hand curve. I'm going to say that. Damn.
If you say Emerson or Spyderco, I'm putting you in timeout.
I have a lot of Spydercos. I didn't even bring them over here because everyone's so tired of Spydercos. Yeah, I love Spyderco. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I would probably go with ProTech, but I got to qualify that because I've also been really liking my traditionals and stuff like that. And I've been really getting into Boker's because Boker Germany brand, they've got a long history of traditionals and stuff. So I've been getting into some of those. And so things like my...
No one asked you, Andy.
Boker
this
stuff.
question wasn't directed at you. Just directed
Yeah,
at
so
Patrick.
like Boker stuff, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, this is an older Boker without the shield. It doesn't have the shield in it, and stuff. And so, I've been getting into stuff like that too. So right now, my favorite is kind of Boker because they're doing a bit of everything. But
Do you have any of the old school Bokers? Bokers? Do you have any of the old school Bokers? Do you have any of the old school Bokers before they were Boker and it was Tree Brand?
Yeah.
My dad had one, and that was just what it was. It was just Tree Brand because they didn't actually have a name. It just had an image of a tree on it.
Yeah, Tree Brand Solinger. Yeah, and it just says Solinger Germany and then Tree Brand on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are. I mean, that's when they weren't garbage.
Well, and
they're not now. They're not now. A lot like some of the Burnley stuff really kind of started to turn the tide for them, and they realized, we can start making quality knives again. But there was a while where you got a Boker, and everybody's like, "Oh, I got a Boker." I'm like on purpose? Like, did you lose a fucking bet? What happened here? Did somebody send
their
you
Plus brand? Their Plus brand isn't all that great, although they have a lot of variety. A lot of weird things have you ever seen the Merlin?
The what?
The Merlin. So the Merlin is long before Dimco came up with his backlock. The Merlin had the exact same damn backlock, and so I mean it's just it's nice design and it's got a full backlock. Yep.
I had so the only Bokers I've had that I really, really liked, I've had a couple folders and they were okay. The only ones I really, really liked were their fixed blades. I left that freaking TV on.
Oh yeah, they make some really nice fixed blades.
But I had the Tough, the tactical urban fixed blade with Kookaburra wood handles. That thing with a leather sheath and it was scout carry. I was like, that thing is pretty money. And then I did it I think it was the first giveaway I did on the channel. When I think that was what I gave away at 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm getting, I'm not trying to I'm not bragging, but I went from 5,000 to 8,000 fast enough that I kind of missed those milestones in there and did the 8,000 giveaway. I'm already at almost 80. I think I'm at 8,400 and I just hit 8,000 like 2 weeks ago.
That's nice. That means you've got some momentum going. It's like it's generating its own views. Yeah.
I'm making 7 videos a week plus 3 live feeds plus shorts.
That's probably why I'm stuck at 560 is I make 1 or 2 videos a week because my producer is really my editor is really horrible about getting those videos out and back to me.
You have an editor?
My daughter edits my videos.
Oh. Say, Jesus!
I put her to work.
I could double that. I could put out 14 videos a week if I had an editor.
I put her to work.
That's what takes the longest.
You need to put your daughter to work, man.
My daughter's never here.
I know she's always busy skating. I know.
I think I've seen the longest I saw my daughter was when I took her to school on Monday. That's like a 15-minute drive, and I was like, all right, see you on Wednesday.
You see the problem I have with getting my videos back. I send them to my editor, and it might be a week before I get them back. I have to harass her, email her. Hey, what the hell? Where the hell's my freaking videos? All
right, here's the deal. You send me your you send me your editor's email. I'll be like, what is this bullshit? You need to get this shit show rolling. That's some fucking bullshit right here.
She's wonderful. I have no complaints, and I just need to throw that in because she will probably watch this later.
Really? Because I got a teenage daughter, and I'll tell you what. Right now, there's half the time I'm like, I look at her, and I'm just like, I don't even have it. I understand when my father had so few words to me and my little sister when we were growing up. Like when we were teenagers, like there's times that I just feel myself turning to my father, and I look at her, and I'm like. And then just walk away. And I'm like, I just can't make the words come out because nothing pleasant is coming out of that.
The really funny thing about being slightly autistic, a little bit of Asperger's or whatever it is I have. I
got it too.
It's never been diagnosed, right? I never let them. I was smart enough not to. But all that being said is I have no filter. And so if I look at my daughter, if she's doing something I don't think is good, it comes right out.
No, see, I have to because 9 times out of 10, she's FaceTiming with her friends, and I see her doing something, and she can see it. Like she knows, like she sees there's a vein apparently it stands out.
She can put you on video.
One eye that twitches, and then my lip curls, and she knows that she fucked up, and I don't have to say it, but like the only reason that I say anything is because 9 times out of 10 when I see her and she does something and I make that face, she's on FaceTime with one of her friends, and I'm like,
you remind me of a funny story. Can I tell about my sister? It's freaking hilarious. So my little sister, for Chris, I'm going to tell it anyway, right? I started telling it before. So my sister got her daughter, who was 4 at the time, one of these little tablet thingies, right? And her little 2-year-old was doing something, right? Well, and she's like yelling at him, "You stop that, you do." And she looks up and her 4-year-old is videotaping her saying some of the most horrible things. She's like, "Oh crap." She had to steal it away and delete all the videos. I'm just reminded of stuff like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am so glad that most of the time that I was in the military, the majority of the time I was in the military, fucking camera phones were not a thing.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
there's like if there was like I think I could possibly still run for office. Like there's not that much bad shit about me out there.
They can't prove it.
If there was camera phones back in the 90s,
Yep.
they'd be
Oh,
like,
man.
this is who's running for that seat in the House of Representatives, and people be like, fuck no.
The one
David
guy,
knows he was stationed in Okinawa. He was with the Dirty Worst. I hung out with those guys, and
I've
typical-
actually heard of that group. Probably from you though.
the 31st View, and I hung out with Mortarman. So they're
now the guy who was saying that I look like an old fart. I remember though having to, first of all, this will date me, ride my moped to pay phones to call my friends to see where things were happening and what was going on. And
if you called their house and they weren't home, you were fucked.
Yeah.
You're like, no, maybe I might
Where'd
run
they
into
go?
them later.
Where'd they go?
go.
You had to go
I'm
look.
gonna go over here and we'll see. Maybe I'll run into them downtown.
Yeah, and some of the things we got away with, if they had exactly, hung with felons. If
Mortarmen, all
Wait.
Mortarmen are basic.
it's only
like Army and Marine Corps Mortarmen are basically felons. Like they're
but it's only a felony if they prosecute you.
No, they're felons. No.
You got to get caught, man.
No, they're felons. They don't try to pretty it up.
Pagers, chicks with beepers, brother. Yep.
Pagers.
Yeah, I remember the chicks with beepers, man.
Tree stabbing Troy says, Mike, you'd still be better than 99% of the reps we have right now.
I'd vote for you.
I mean, I indulge enough in the devil's lettuce that there's times I wake up in the morning and I'm like, is it trash day? And I'm like, or my wife was like, I'm like, oh, I got to get this done. I got to have it done by Monday. She's like, today is Monday. And I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Shit.
I can't. I don't. So you hit upon the
I hope
reason-
I meant last Monday or next Monday. I mean,
you hit upon the reason I work 6 days a week.
why?
I really don't have to remember which day it is. I'm always working. I don't get days off. I'm always working. It's like, go to work, see people, go home.
Purple Heart Barbecue likes to pick on me. He's like, oh, I'm always so busy. And I was like, yeah, but like, I decided that I was just going to turn the YouTube thing into my job. And that's what I mean. Like, okay, I'm literally filming and editing 7 days a week. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm doing some in the morning and into the afternoon. And then I have like an open door policy for a handful of my friends that they can stop by Saturday afternoon. We'll watch like UFC or something like that. But basically, I'm working 6 days. Like, oh, I'm always busy, but I ain't got no money. I was like, I didn't say I was making a lot of money. I'm just saying I'm busy because I decided this is what I want to do.
Well, and it takes daily production.
Constant.
Honestly. The YouTube algorithm is at least watching my stats. It's abundantly clear that if I were to be putting out videos daily, I would be over 1,000 already. Part of the reason I do this though is I do this for me. For like I said, I was kind of cataloging my collection right originally, and so I do this for me and for the fun of it. And it's not something that should be a burden, or I won't do it because, like I said, I have my full-time work that I do. So I do it for the fun, and it's really great to be supportive for everyone who's trying to do it full-time as a business. And I've gotten to learn and watch so much from you guys and how hard it is.
Did you guys hear that? That means you can drop super chats. I wasn't gonna try to get you guys to donate. hint, hint.
Support the guys that need the money because they're poor.
I make zero money on live feeds if I don't get super chats.
And like you said, I look poor. I don't get any of it, by the way.
You look poor. I am poor. Looks can be fucking deceiving.
Amen.
I gotta let this cat in the house.
Oh, no worries. So
Go ahead,
everybody,
I'm
now's your chance. This is when you get to talk bad about him in the chat, but you got to make it really quick. You need to throw some stuff out. So anyone got any mean questions you want me to answer here about him? Oh shit, he's back.
What is this?
You didn't do that, right, did you?
What? I had my head.
I was saying, is there anything mean they wanted to say about you? And then I said, oh shit, he's back. Yeah.
The big thing about it is I don't fucking care.
Like I said, yeah.
Serious question: does tree stabbing Troy stab said trees with a heater? That's how I was gonna. Okay, you beat me to it. The Heater Nation video. I was gonna ask Troy, is that you? Are you a flat brim? Are you a flat brim dude? Don't yap at Heater Nation. Don't you yap it? Don't you talk to a heater guy? I hate that guy. You do know Bees is on right now. No, but I got to talk to Bees because I was trying to avoid stepping on anybody's live feeds and shit. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with him. I'm just kidding. Will B, what's a super chat? Where's the cowbell? Well, the cowbell's right here. And you know what? I don't ring that bell for free.
My birthday is a great one. Oh, I hear a bell. Did someone throw something down?
Yeah. That's
Damn,
I don't ring the bell for free. I gave him a kiss too.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'll give you a kiss too. Yeah, aren't you lucky? You better run for your life.
That's okay. That was disturbing. We didn't.
Yeah, it is.
No. So I don't know if you guys have guilt avoidance blood money. Hey, I'm good with that. Polly's mom. So Purple Heart Barbecue's mom was at my house the other day, and the pendant fell off her necklace.
So, do you recognize this Kershaw? I can't remember the name of the model.
Is that a Rexford?
No, it's a Kershaw.
No, is it a Rexford design?
Oh no! I have the name.
CT.
I have the name up on my channel on a video. It's an assisted.
Oh, that's why I didn't like it because it's garbage.
Yeah, I don't like it for that same reason, but it's a really great knife. It's actually super thin. Anyway, I was gonna say, hey, I got this in a package deal. I bought it recently and got it with some other really good knives, but I was gonna be willing to throw it in if we can get a little more action going, people. In a giveaway.
Are we doing a giveaway? Are we gonna?
Yeah.
So should we do an actual giveaway, or should we make it like whoever donates the highest amount wins the prize?
Oh, that's evil.
I know.
That's called an auction.
No, that is a giveaway with restrictions. It's okay. So it's like a lottery at a knife show. Only you have to buy your. I mean, technically, it's.
The Kershaw 1881. I gotta go look this up now so I can tell everyone what it is. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I had a friend, guys. While he's gone, I had a friend. Oh, you can still hear me, right? So I was like, "Fuck!" I'm gonna tell a story. I was like, "I'm gonna tell a story." He's gonna come back and not have any idea what I'm talking about. But then I realized that you're still there. So I've gotten away so many years with like, I got it at the knife show. It was a lottery, and my wife doesn't ask any questions. And then one of my friends came over. He's like, "Oh, a lottery. So you won the chance to buy it." And I'm like, "You shut the fuck up. What's wrong?" She's like, "Huh?
What?"
And he goes, "Oh yeah, knife shows. Like you don't actually win the knife. You win a chance to buy the knife." And I see my wife doing this shit like,
"What?"
So she's sitting like this talking to him, and she goes like this. And I was like, "Yeah, you can fucking leave."
You have no sense of boundaries, and you just crossed the line.
You can get right the fuck out of my house right now.
Yeah.
Like, you have any idea how bad things are about to get around this house? Because I got a whole box full of lottery shit. I'll get $5 to keep that Kershaw away from me.
Oh! Actually, it's the Kershaw, guys. It's the Kershaw Eris. It's actually a pretty good knife. It is an 18, but
I'm having fun with the buttons tonight, but we haven't heard a lot from my inner dialogue.
Uh-oh.
Stop it.
There you go. There you go, Gary.
Porn.
Thank you. You nailed it.
I'm
You
watching
nailed
porn over here in the left side of your brain. Now leave me be. I just got my pants off.
Traumatized now. You know what? Will be. Your luck. You'll win the damn thing.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt you, left brain. Holy crap. That sounds bad. There's something bad going on in my head right now.
Yeah, thoughts in my head, man. Plenipote. Sorry, it'll be you, Plenipote. It'll be you that wins it.
Wasn't there a song, Voices in My Head?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary.
No. It's not Dennis Leary. It's hold on. I have him.
No, I'm pretty sure wasn't it?
I will find him really quick.
I love his stuff. That's what Polly's mom said a lot at my house last night. Mom.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even here now. Blown photography now is like a whole box of lottery shit. Yeah, I mean literally, like I like Nico and I go to knife shows and we always wind up winning the lotteries. And I won a fucking Rexford for 2,000 and sold it for 12 later that night. I was like, I didn't even have to take off my pants or do any butt stuff, and I made 10 grand in an hour.
Stephen Lynch, a singing comedian. He did
okay.
Superheroes. If I could be a superhero, which one would I be? Yeah, he's funny as hell.
So Hobbit, yeah, Nico. That's my little buddy Nico. Like at one point, people were getting mad because we had won. I think we won everything at Aaron Frederick's table at one point at a knife show in Vegas. People were like, are you going to go over? They just called your name again. I was like, fucking where? Jeez. No, I don't want it. Tell them I don't want it. Like, I don't have any money.
You won. Yeah, you won the chance to buy.
I don't fucking have any money. Well, I mean, like, you're not going to, you can get knives at knife shows that you win the lottery at a price that you're never going to see it. Like I said, I won that Todd Rexford, and it was a $2,000 table price. And literally within 15 minutes, I had people offer me like $8,000-$9,000. Like I was like literally within seconds, I had people willing to buy it from me at way more than I was paying for it. And then I had somebody that was willing to buy it for $10,000 more than I paid for it. And I was like, fuck, okay, sold. Everything.
I didn't even think you doubted for a second. I knew where you were going.
Everything has a price, and fucking that was it.
Yeah. Don't tell me you can't be bought and sold. Yeah, I agree. And I don't mean you. I mean anyone.
Anyone.
I mean anyone. Anyone can be bought and sold.
I won't do that. Will you do it for 1,000? No. Will you do it for 12? I'll think about it.
You keep adding zeros. I keep getting more interested.
The more you I keep adding money, the more I'm thinking I'm probably going to do that.
Well, just put it this way: I wouldn't kick Elon Musk out. I'm just saying. Yeah,
I would. He looks like he'd smell like garlic, not like good, like not like fresh garlic, like that greasy, like after it's been roasted garlic smell, like how your oven smells after you roast garlic.
The post-Italian.
You're like, why does it smell like diesel fuel and old people?
His would be more like chlorozine and
I don't know.
And something from the rocket.
I don't know, but we've diverged into a weird topic.
Sorry about that.
Have you seen this knife?
Uh-oh.
The Concept Prickle.
It looks like a Quicken.
It kind of does. That's why I like it so much. I have Jared's is here. This one's mine. I actually cut the shit out of myself with this today. And I'm like, well, good thing it's mine because now it bit me. It's definitely mine. Yeah. And I did it in the worst place possible, right below my fingernail. See where my fingernail ends?
Yeah, you got it right
on the tip of my finger, like right where it drops up to the quick, right before that.
Right there.
And it's deep. And I was like, Like I was wiping it off, and it went through the paper. Folded up. It's sharp. It went right through, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good one."
Yeah, that actually happened to me with this finger and my the worst cut I've ever had, and I still have massive scar tissue from the 8015. I was cleaning it off, and I was cleaning off the crap from the sticker because they had put a freaking sticker on the blade, and that pisses me off when they do that. It just really gets me nervous. Anyway, If you don't know why, people in the chat, feel free to chime in because sticker crap sucks. But anyway,
what you do is just peel the sticker off and then you spray it with some 70% rubbing alcohol. Let it sit for like 10 seconds and then hit it real quick with the pad of your thumb. Then wipe it right off.
Well, yeah, but I was out in my car right after I bought it and I wanted to play with it.
You couldn't fucking wait.
No,
Patrick, you couldn't fucking wait. You are that goddamn impatient.
Yes.
Oh, I have. This is what I was going to show everybody. I have got both of the new Ferrum Forge designs that are out.
Ah, there you go. Ooh.
So this is the Valor, which is a licensed design to Artisan, and then this is their Pro Series, Aloris, and this one's
the
mine.
Valor a lock like a Scorpion type lockback?
No.
Okay, so it's just got a funky...
it's just got a funky look to it.
Yeah, stop bar. That's really cool.
Like, I can see you. I got it. I may have overindulged. I may have overserved myself.
That's okay. We'll keep you entertained until you come down. Don't worry. I've talked people down many times over my life.
I don't need it. My sister said that shit one night. I was like, wow, I got way too far into these edibles. And she's like, and I'm like, my phone looks like it's in 3D. And she's like, it's gonna be okay. You need to calm down. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I'm trying to calm you down. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm having a blast. This is great. Like,
why do you think I'm up?
Why do you think I need assistance here? I'm having a very good time. I'm really enjoying this.
I understand.
I did this on purpose.
Yeah, anything I've done to myself is something I deserve.
Honey Bear 85 says, or lighter fluid. Lighter fluid. I don't use my Zippos very often anymore because only if I'm like smoking you know what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to demonetize. No one. But at any rate, so like that's the only thing I use anymore. Very rarely do I do that. Very rare. But at any rate, so I don't use Zippos. I have like the disposable lighters and shit. And for my glass saxophone that I smoke my jazz cabbage out of. So like I don't use lighter fluid. So just to buy it for that, when I cut myself all the time, so I know I have rubbing alcohol.
Right.
That's the thing. I have rubbing alcohol. You know what? My buddy was over and he had stopped by and I was cleaning up blood off the workbench after I got it good. It's like you could see like all the layers. I'm like, ooh, that's almost to the bone.
Yeah, so you're lucky you didn't get in deep enough to take the nail off.
Yeah. Well, no, it's so let me see if I can get in on it. It is like there's
I see it about a millimeter below. Yeah, millimeter below.
And I was like, ooh, that's a good one. And so he shows up as I'm cleaning up blood and he goes, he's like, why is there so much? Why do you always have so much fucking super glue? And I was like, because I cut myself. And he goes, oh, that needed a stitch. And I was like, no, it should have had a stitch. It possibly could have had a stitch, but I wasn't going to get one because I ain't got that kind of fucking time. And so we were sitting here and he was like, bro, you need to get a calendar, just like mark the days that you cut yourself. And I was like, why don't I just get a calendar?
Mark the days you don't.
Just put an X through the month because it's going to be less days that I don't cut myself. And he goes, really? And I was like, bro, I've cut myself like 4 times today.
I was going to say, ironically, I do not generally. Oh, that's pretty. I like the funky recurve there. And the Batwing.
Yeah. This is a Mike Gavick from Gecko Knives. It's one of his designs. Really nuts. I'm surprised how functional it is, though. So.
I'm not. It looks like the front end would be really good at catching for packages and stuff, and then the recurve would be great for slicing things. So it looks like it'd be a really good functional knife. I don't know. I like it.
Looks like something out of a space movie.
It does. Space movie knives. Yeah, I got a space movie knife too. So this is actually, and I'm not a big foreign make fan, but it's an integral.
What the fuck is that? Hang on.
This is the Tucson.
Oh, I've seen that.
And it is a freaking cool knife for, I got it for under 100 or whatever. I mean, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful, beautiful full integral frame lock. And it's actually like a semi bolster lock because it's got the carbon fiber overlay there above the lock bar. So my fat fingers don't stop me from opening it like they do a lot of freaking titanium frame locks, which is always a pain in the butt.
I don't have any problem with frame locks as long as they're flippers. I have problems typically with front. Okay, so my wife was out here, so I couldn't say that I bought this because Jared sent this to me, sent me the copper one, and I'm like, I'm trying to be real. That's the nice thing about this microphone is I can talk real quiet and you guys can still hear me. So Jared sent me this knife, the brass version, and I liked it so much I got the lower weight version, and it literally showed up. And she's like, "What's that?" And I was like, it was a gift to the channel. I lied to my wife.
So that's a really great question, actually. Hey, Ethan. I've traded and sold knives with Ethan too. So I collect knives from people that I've sold or bought from. It's a really fun hobby. How many of us are less than forthright with what we pay for our knives with our significant others? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna tell you. I've definitely had people lie, like send me a text message as a lie, like, "Hey man, sent that Christmas present. It'll be here tomorrow." I'm like, "Thanks, buddy."
I want it.
Oh, Ethan.
That's what I love about live stream winnings. You know,
what is the Pratheon? I have no idea.
I've heard of it. I can't think of what it looks like, but I've heard of it, Ian.
David, that's because you're an idiot and you will fucking talk it out in your sleep and she'll murder you and you know it's just better for you.
David, hint.
I've never
knives in a separate room. They are much better companionship than your spouse. I promise. They don't talk back and they're there when you need them. I'm teasing.
So no, I don't think I have. Have I got my keyboard over here? Let's see. I gotta see what this knife is.
I'm curious too.
Pratheon. Hang on a second. I will.
New knives, man. New arcane design. Well, I don't even.
Oh no, I know. Yeah. That's okay. So if it's the new, new arcane design, if that's the new arcane design, then no. I have gotten to play with the Abyss. David's Abyss that is here, Hiking with the Vikings Abyss. I still have I got to film that video and get it sent back out to him because I can do the crawler as well. I think that's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's probably going to be the 2 videos I shoot tomorrow. I shot. I was when my buddy stopped by. He's like, "Bro, you're always like filming and shit." Right after I cut myself, and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I got all this stuff I got to get done, and I 2 videos a day, and then live feeds and all that stuff." I was like, and I'm going to start doing it so that videos go up 7 days a week. And he goes, "Wow, like he's like, so you like film and edit? You film and edit the same day?" I was like, "No, the video I'm filming right now goes up August 1st." And he was like, "Fucking what?" And I was like, "Yeah,
you have to."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm way ahead. Well, about a week.
Yeah, but if you actually want to do it as a business, and like you said, that's what you're doing.
That's what it takes.
So, yeah. If you're doing it as a business, you've got to have a schedule. I mean, you don't do business by way of not having.
Well, I mean, my schedule is every day. I mean, there's days because I have to stay ahead too because like I had some health problems and I just don't want to get to a point where I don't have stuff going up again.
Right. You need to be able to take days off or whatever.
I lost.
I don't take days off.
So just being in the hospital and catching COVID, I lost half of my income for the month.
Wow.
Just because I didn't post
just
anything
because the algorithm starts cutting you down, right?
Yeah, because it's a cascading thing. So I went way down, and I like if you miss 3 videos, if you've got a set schedule and you don't adhere to it, like the algorithm kind of learns your uploading patterns. If you don't stick to that and like you drop off, if you miss like 3 videos, you may as well say that you missed 12. Because
and you're going to miss 2 weeks.
That's about how long. So you missed 3 videos. It's going to take you 9 more videos to crawl back up to where you were in the recommendeds and stuff like that. Because they just like, oh, well, he stopped.
That's crazy.
And I was like,
when you think about that, let's not get into YouTube problems with the algorithm. Never mind. I'm sorry. I could bitch for hours.
I mean, I had been bitching about it, but I'm actually in a relatively good mood, and I have figured out a couple things, and to the guy that helped me with the buzz in the condenser mic, and he's like, "Oh, is your power supply grounded? Is it a 3-pronged supply?" I was like, "No," and he goes, "Okay, your microphone is built up a charge." He's like, "Touch the grill," and I was like, "Say what now?" And I touched the grill, and there was a pop in my headphones. It was like, "Yep," and it was gone. Remember that? Did you hear the hum before? No, I stopped it. I got it fixed.
Yeah,
but I just put my finger on the cage, the grill. He goes, yeah, condenser mics. It's built up a charge, and now you've gotten rid of that charge, and it does. You don't have to worry about it the rest of the time. Like next time you do it, just touch the grill before you start recording. I was like, fucking brilliant. This guy's got like 2 million subscribers.
Oh, that helps.
And so I was talking with him, and he was saying, like, this is something. He's like, yeah, I got the message from YouTube that we, as creators, we need to be doing shorts. We need to be doing lives. And he goes, I hate doing lives. I hate doing shorts. And I was like, Jeremy at the Quartering said the same thing. And I told him, I was like, I have seen a marked increase in channel activity by doing shorts and doing lives. And he goes, yeah, I need to.
I threw up a short.
His shit's not even in the knife community. It's completely different. But he was like, yeah, I probably should. And he's like, I'm going to do a couple shorts and see how it works. I was like, no, you need to do like a month's worth of shorts, like 3 to 5 days a week.
Wow.
And he's like, that's some bullshit. He's like, all right, I got 2 million subscribers. Fuck it. I'll just make my money. And I was like,
good for him. Hey man, if you could do that, good for you. I didn't realize about the shorts. I did realize because I watched some demographic. I've only put up 2 shorts in the past little while. One of them was the border wall down here driving, and the other one was
videos are already short.
Well, yeah. Speaking of which, I want to throw this out there. I pioneered the short. I wonder if I can sue YouTube here because I pioneered the short. My shorts, they stole my idea.
Your shorts have stains in them. Let's just leave it be.
No. I change them regularly. I promise. My wife has to watch them.
Did you hit a deer?
Anyway, how'd you get that skid mark? Sorry, you said it. You put it out there.
That's the Bill Engvall comedy special.
So I put out. I just did a short of a train, and I slapped "Train" the song on it. Train. And I said, "This is what 1 minute gets to see during the day. 1 minute with a train, and it's only 15 seconds long." Again, my sense of humor, was a little iffy there, but so
the whole thing was short. The whole thing with shorts too is. I got a message. I got the message from YouTube about shorts is keeping it pertinent to your channel.
Right. It wasn't.
Well, that's why I used to do like stuff. I would play video games and do them on here as just like a goof every once in a while. And that's one of the big things that they were saying. Like, if you want to have a different kind of content, a direct, different channel. Aiden's here. Polly, Aiden's here, and I know you need your boy toy to stroke your ego, but he's here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Did you not get your welcome? Do you feel bad? Do you feel bad, Paulina?
Lacey, welcome. And yeah, I've heard some of your story. It sounds like it would be actually something that would be a good story for people to learn.
Lacey's a lot of fun. She's in my subscription. Oh, I remember now. I wanted to talk about. It's funny because I even wrote it at the top of the notebook.
You haven't asked me any questions. I
asked you a couple, but most of these aren't going to really, because you said you're not a knife reviewer. So I have.
Well, I'm not.
These questions are directed for knife makers and knife reviewers. I have a template, and since you don't fall into any of those, it's like having Polly on the show, which is that's just about work.
Hey, I hope I'm not as bad as him.
So I want to ask a bunch. Polly's a great dude. Like, Polly gets away saying shit that other people would already be blocked for.
Like I said, I hope I'm not as bad as him.
Like, Polly, yeah, have your fucking doorman welcome me.
Sorry.
So I wanted to ask people, have any of you guys, and this isn't, I'm not trying to bag on anybody because I love the EMP Nimble, the original. And I have an EMP original Nimble here. The Nimble X, I've had, no. The EMP Nimble. This is
the EMP Slenderman.
Oh yeah, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's the only EMP I have. Sorry.
Stay on topic, Patrick.
Hey, ADD. What do you want?
I'm scatterbrained enough. I've gotten myself into a situation where I'm having a hard time. Like, I want to tell you something, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking forget it.
EMP Nimble.
So the EMP Nimble X. I've had now a total of 4 people tell me that they've got this, and this is 4 people out of like a very small group. No, I'm sorry, 3. And it's in my paying members, have told me that they had an issue with their Nimble X, and I have one here being the fourth of that group.
Uh-oh.
That has no. It's the same guy. I have his knife. So 3 people out of 54 are having the same issue. Lock stick. And the action feels really gritty. And I just wanted to know if anybody else has got a Nimble X and they're having the same problem, because I'm just curious. I'm hoping that John over at EMP Knives is going to try to find some way to make it right. But John isn't a knife maker. And so like the QC should have been done. Like, I'm just curious if anybody is having those issues, because like, I know how Chris and Elliot do this. Like, these knives come in and Chris and Elliot QC anything, and then they refuse to pay for anything that doesn't meet their standards. Like this, and they're pretty honest. Plus, Chris and Elliot are knife makers, and they can fix a lot of that stuff.
Well, it just seems odd that anyone would go out.
Mine's not. I don't know. We're having a side conversation again. So, they're talking about the Arius. Ethan Ruins EDC has a flipperless
cloning
Arius.
Yeah,
but I'm just curious.
Nice.
I'm just curious if anybody else. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the
chat.
On the chat, it feels like
all I'm reading about is nipple chafing.
I don't know. So, at any rate, like when you open that knife, it's like it has a spot, like right, like it's smooth here, then gritty, then smooth again. And it just almost feels like something's off center. I don't know, but it had lock stick. I fixed the lock stick issue. But
what type of blade finish?
Bad. It's the one here is like the stonewash. But it's
so
nowhere near as smooth.
It shouldn't have any lines that would be doing that. Yeah.
No, it's the original Nimble is here with it. The guy owns both. It is so smooth, but that Nimble X just does not feel like it's on the same level as the original. I was just curious.
I hate to say that I wouldn't be surprised. Best thing I can do is related to what I find in physical therapy, because a lot of times when you have someone who has a total knee replacement on one side and they're really excited because it went so great, I have to warn them. Guess what?
The other one's going to need it soon.
Yeah, the other one ain't going to go so great.
Yeah, I'm waiting. They've been jerking me around for a knee replacement on my right knee for.
Ouch.
At first it was like, oh, we're gonna wait till you're 45, and I was like, okay, and they're like,
no, they're gonna wait till you're 65.
We want to wait till you're 47, and I'm like, okay. Now I'm 48, and I was like, when the fuck are we doing this? Because like it's getting to where like it sounds like it makes its own soundtrack.
You can hear it.
Yeah, it has its own soundtrack and it's doing shit. And if I stand at my workbench, if I stand in one position for more than like 5-10 minutes, it's like locked up and I'm limping on it for like 10-15 minutes to get it back to where it's like I don't have any cartilage left in it.
Does it sound? Have you ever heard someone grind their teeth?
That's what it sounds like.
Yep, that's why I'm saying
exactly what it sounds like. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, it's just, it sounds like somebody. It sounds like somebody is grinding up peppercorns in a fucking mortar and pestle when I walk very fast.
Yeah, that's a horrible sound.
Yeah, it feels about as good. It feels every bit
from
as
your
good.
own body. I bet it's even worse. I hear it all the time. It doesn't bother me a bit.
It's not that I hear it. I gotta fucking feel it.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you that as a therapist, real advice: get the joint replacement now, as young as you can. It used to be they wanted to wait because the joint replacements last 20 years.
Yeah. Well, yes. I keep trying to tell them. I was like, guys, I'm
not going to live 20 years.
Men on my father's side of the family, like we don't have a long shelf life. Embler men just have a tendency, like you hit about 60 and like you're on borrowed time after that.
Yeah, that's probably most of us men nowadays.
David here hiking with a bike. David, you remember what my knee sounded like when we were at? I had you. It was either you or John. I had you put their hand on my knee, and I was like, "You feel that?" And they're like, "Oh God, oh my God." Because not only can you hear it, you can feel it.
It vibrates.
Yeah. You're like, oh God, that is nasty. And I was like, yeah, that's what I walk on every day.
It's called Crepitus, not Crispies. Crepitus.
I have a crawler right here on the shelf there, Mr.
I wanted to ask, what is that knife he was asking about? Because he asked about that. If I wanted to do something with the crawler and the what?
Probably the Abyss.
Yeah. I've never seen either of those, sir. I would love to see.
I gotta go get this blue thing that makes smoke anyway. So I may as well just go get both those knives so you can see them.
Well,
I'll be right back.
Why don't you do that? And I'm going to show off one of my. Let's see. I'll show off one of my all-time favorite knives. If you guys want to see one of my all-time favorite knives, one of my all-time favorite knives is the Benchmade Fact. This sucker is just. It's everything that people want the bug out to be in terms of utility, and it's about 3.5 inches long and solid middle. And I love this knife. Huh? Sorry, sir, you're back. Yay! Okay, I'm done.
So much.
I'm done chilling. Okay.
There's cords and shit everywhere. I'm like, this is like navigating a minefield. Hang on a second. I had to make sure I didn't have the sleepy time cartridge in this one. So, I was just telling them that if you wanted to see one of my favorite of all time knives, it's probably this guy. Is that the Benchmade
Fact?
God damn it!
Fact.
I know. I was trying to make it come out. It just like the word was in there. It just wouldn't come out right.
Oh, talking is hard. Yes, I've had many experiences in my own life where speech became a challenge.
Well, I've had head trauma. So this is the Abyss.
I'm sure I've had chemically induced head trauma at some point.
So this is the Abyss. And where'd I put the crawler? Hang on a second.
Alcohol alone will do that to you.
Here's the crawler. So these are both Arcane designs.
Okay, I think I like the Abyss better than the crawler, although I like the crawler's blade. Can I see them both again? Let's see. That's the crawler.
Complicated.
I'm a pain in the ass. I am.
Needy motherfucker.
I am. That is.
Do you want a painkiller that works? You picky shit.
Well, actually, you know what I ask patients? I say, "Hi, are you having pain?" And they usually tell me, "No, not bad." It's like, I can fix that.
There you go. So
yeah, I like the bottom one better.
Yeah,
I like the blade shape on the top.
Now,
I like the top one better.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, my eyes work.
Better one, better two.
Flip.
Which is clear, A or B? Better one, better two.
Flip. Yeah, I'm blind, so that's
fine
if you're on a personal level.
That's fine if you're the ophthalmologist, but you shouldn't be asking a girl that when you're in bed. Better A, better two, better one.
Well, that depends. That depends.
Do you like it here? Do you like it here? I just want you to finish and get off of me so that I can fucking get this depressing event of my life over with. That's what women tell Polly up here. So that's
there we go.
Like, that's what women say to Polly. Like he's like, "What, you like this? You were like that?" They're like, "I don't fucking care. Just hurry up and finish so you get out of my house." Like this has been the most depressing 15 minutes of my fucking life.
I believe that the terminology is real simple. Is it over yet? Are you through?
Just get out. You just get out.
Are you through yet? Like, no, but I am now, so you asked me that.
Javon, what's up?
John? How's it going, John Evans? That's the gentleman whose car I woke up in the back of in the early '90s in South Florida, North Florida.
Was your wallet missing and your pants on wrong side?
No, the ironic. Here's the ironic part of that story is I didn't know whose car it was until probably about 3 years ago. we were talking in a live stream on the chat, and it came up that I had some guy wake up in my car, just sleep in my car in Florida at the same dead show that I was in. Car. And so unless there were two of us wandering around in this relatively one block wide park area sleeping in people's cars without telling them, I'm the one.
So you're saying if I took an MRI of your brain, it would be all kinds of little black spots. Just like, hey, there ain't nothing going on in those little areas.
No. It's all the little white spots where the very few places there is something going on.
So I went over and I grabbed this because I hadn't had this out.
I like that. I have not had a chance to handle one of those, and I like it. The gravity. Cool.
I will tell you, I did a video. I EDC'd this that was pretty much the knife I carried for like a week, and I will tell you, it's pretty fucking impractical. Like it is. It's a lot of fun, but like the fact that like I love the blade on it. It's a great blade. If they put this in a fixed blade, I'd buy it every day. But
It's
like
good shape.
trying to do anything useful with it, like to get a hold of it, like there's no like if you it's just it like once the you're like
So it
no,
needs to be spring loaded closed. So
you're
it's
like,
spring
Jesus
closed.
Christ, I need it's times where you need like that much knife, and you're like, you can do it, but like it's either that or like you're like, fuck, this is just ridiculous. This thing is not practical at all.
Quick question: how many
It's a
knives
lot
do you
of fun.
normally carry? Do you only normally carry one knife though?
No. But
Okay, I was
no,
gonna
but
say,
that was the point. Is this like for
one
someone,
knife? Yeah, can you do
for
one
someone that carries only one knife?
Who?
What can I do with this, and what can't? And I found real quickly that there was a lot of stuff that I'm like, I'd pull this out and I'd try shit with it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm using this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
wait, you're using,
I know I'm breaking the fucking rules.
you're using a Norseman instead?
I use my Norseman.
Yeah, that's a
everything.
beautiful knife. I love it.
People are like, how much you use your Norseman? And I was like, I pretty much have to touch the edge up every week. And they're like,
That's
well, it
nice.
must not be very. It must not be a very, very hard steel. I'm like, no, I use it for fucking everything.
So that brings up a second question. So the first question, I'm gonna jump in. I carry like 5-6 more knives on me every day. I mean, I have in my shirt pocket. I have a little. Here we go. In my shirt pocket, I have a UTX.
Yeah.
So I keep it up here with my pins. Down in my pants pockets, down with my oxygen chuck and all that stuff.
If you were a full size person, you could put one of these in your shirt pocket.
Oh, I carry that in the side pocket. Anyway, the point being that I usually carry one on each side, and then I carry a couple. I usually carry like a little pouch carry with like a Swiss Army.
Like a little
in there for in case I want to really destroy a knife. I want to pry on something, And then I usually carry my one fidgety blade, and then I carry something simple that I can hand to somebody in case they're being stupid and they want to borrow my knife, which is stupid because just let me cut it open.
Can I borrow your knife? What? Can I borrow your knife? What are you cutting with it? You're gonna cut an apple? Here, take this one.
Why would you deprive me of the joy of using my knife? I only carry 5 of them for the one rare opportunity I get to use them.
Oh, I like it because I like it when you let someone borrow one of your knives, and when you're a professional sharpener, you let somebody borrow a knife, and they come back to you a couple minutes later with their thumb like this, like, here, take that fucking thing. No goddamn reason for a man to have a knife that fucking sharp. No reason, Mike. That's fucked up. You should have warned me. And I'm like, how many is it going to take? And he goes, oh, at least 3. Like, it's gonna be a good 3 or 4.
You should have warned me. Like, dude, I'm a knife sharpener. Why do I need to warn you? I let
a guy named Tenerovich borrow my knife one time, and he was cutting through line. He was like, I've never seen a knife that sharp. It was popping through line, and he slipped, and he hit himself like right in the thumb here, and he was like,
"Did you shave it?"
Looking around, I needed, but no, like right into the hand, like through the meaty part, like down towards the wrist. And I'm like, I'm walking around. I was like, where the fuck is Tenerovich? He's got my knife, and I need it because I'm going on watch. And I always had my knife in my little pouch. And I was like, because we're underway, ship's underway. And I was looking around, and so my buddy McKinney, he looks at me and he goes, "You looking for Tenerovich?" And I was like, "Yeah, where's Todd?" He goes, "Oh, he's down in medical." I was like, "What's he doing down there?" And he's like, "Oh, they're putting his hand back together." And I was like, "What?" And so I got ready to leave, and he comes up, and his hand's all bandaged up, and he literally handed me that knife, and he goes, "Take your fucking knife. You're a fucking asshole." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "There's no goddamn reason." He's like, I was pulling line off, and he's like, I was snapping through it. He was like, "Holy shit, Mike's knife's really sharp." And he's like, doing it. And he's like, "There's no goddamn reason for a person to have a knife that fucking sharp, Mike. It's not right." He's like, 32 fucking stitches. He's like, "I can't feel my thumb." And I was like, "I didn't tell you to cut yourself with it." He goes, "You didn't tell me it was that sharp." I was like, "Why would I give you a dull knife, dude? That's like giving you an unloaded gun. It's stupid."
But actually, an unloaded gun is a club. Or a rock, depending on what you're using it for. I'm seeing a lot of people posting that they carry like about 3 knives, and I can see that. What I used to say is that you've heard the 1 is none and 2 is 1.
2 is 1, 1 is none. It's a long time saying in the machine gunnery community. Like guys,
I moved it up.
David could tell you, hiking with Viking, like machine gun instructors and shit like that will always preach 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you think you need
a
4
backup.
50 cal machine guns, you need 8.
Yeah, you need a backup. You need more than one backup. The reason I bring that up is I used to say 3, and so what I would say is 1 is never enough.
No. Well, and with the amount of knives that I have to carry and review in any given week, I always have at least two knives that aren't mine, and then I have my knife. I mean, I'm always carrying my Norseman.
I was gonna say, and then 2 is too few, so 3 barely cuts it. So that was my cute little phrase. I'm
slowing down here real fast, guys. I got into the blue smoke maker, and I think I took the wind out of my own sails. I don't know. I might rebound, but I'm sitting here going I was like,
well, I'm looking here. We've been on an hour and a half.
Yeah, I usually go about 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, we've been on an hour and a half, so we're doing good. So I'm gonna stick my head off to the side too, and
my eyes squeak when I blink right now. What is this? I always have my Norseman and usually have my Beg Letter XL. What's been in my pocket? It's been a pain in the ass, and I'm kind of upset. I wish I had not sent this off. I wish I had not sent this off to Cole. Not that I didn't want him to see it. Not that I regret him getting to see it and get to have a knife that get to see this knife. But the fact is, it was gone, and it came back, and now I catch myself throwing a budget knife in my pocket that I've already reviewed and done 3 separate videos about, and it's been in a 4th. Actually, it didn't get it's had its own video 3 different times. That's how good it is. Like, there's knives here that get 1, and sometimes they don't even get 1. Sometimes they just wind up in the unboxing. Like there's one that's going back to Jared probably on Monday, and it came in the box of stuff, and I did show it in the because I did the unboxing, and I split it into 4 videos, not knowing what any of them were. But I got it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking horrible. And I was like, I would keep looking. I was like, I need to film a video, and it'd just be sitting there on the shelf, and I'm looking at it. I was like, not you. So not happening. And I was like, I'm just not doing a video about it, because I can't. If I do a bad review, a lot of times I can at least find a couple positive points. This knife, I can't, nothing. I have nothing good to say about it. And I'm like, the only thing I would do would be post up a picture of it, a comment fucking beware, stay away. It's fucking trash.
And then you're just really hurting someone who's dreams are put into something. Right?
Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about that, because the whole point of this channel, the whole point of I've had people you're doing too harsh on this guy's knife. I was like, yeah, because you like that company's knives? They're like, yeah. And I was like, here's the thing. The point of this was I moved out here to San Diego, and there's no brick and mortar stores to buy a knife, except garbage knives at Dick's Sporting Goods and shit like that. So the whole point when I started doing this was to give honest opinion of knives that had come in for sharpening, what I thought of the knife and things like that, to kind of say enough people would say hey, I this guy and I have agreed on a bunch of points of knives I had. Now he's recommending a knife I haven't seen, or he's saying these are the things I don't like about that knife. And I've known enough about other videos that he's done of knives that I own that I can see. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably not going to like that knife either. Yeah. And that was the whole point. And then people are like, I can't believe you said that shit about my knife. That I was like, I didn't say, I don't. But I was saying, if it was just, it's not to save the maker's feelings at all. Right. I don't, to tell you the truth, at this point, there are so many knife companies out there that if you're licensing a design, and they tell you, we don't think it's a good idea, and then you get the OEM, you fucking deserve it. If I find problems with your knife, at this point, there's so much shit out there. Yeah. I'm not being mean. I'm being honest.
Trying to save you.
If you can't fucking take that, piss off.
Yeah, actually,
that took way longer to explain, and I really wanted it to.
But no, funny you should say that. The environment for knife collectors nowadays is just incredibly awesome. I mean, even 2-3 years ago, I tend to only buy locally, or I get from people that I know and I've met, right? I don't tend to go to buy through an online store for the exact reason that you're saying. I want to handle the knife, or I want to know I'm going to like it before I dump some money down on it, because I'm not getting it back.
I don't even have to buy knives really right now. I've got so much stuff. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, if you guys have got knives you want to see on this channel, I will absolutely take them. I just need you to understand.
A month later,
it's some of the stuff that Jared sent me, he sent me well over a month ago, and I've got stuff that I just sent back that was here 2 or 3 months. I got like 100. I think I counted up. I've got like 130 knives in right now, but I definitely don't want to burn through those and then not have anything to make videos of. You know what I'm saying? Then you're like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Like, go back and show you the same videos you watched like fucking 3 weeks ago.
That's actually one of my big problems is inspiration, because I don't get a lot of knives in. So I want to put together something that's entertaining for people to watch. I don't want to bore the freaking daylights out of people. And so, yeah, I mean, I asked for inspiration and no one gives me any ideas. Thanks a lot.
Well, that's why I said I don't like, that's the point I was getting to doing the negative. I don't give a fuck about makers' feelings. Like if I say something negative about your knife, I don't care. I told Chris and Elliot, they knew I had both these knives. I was like, I'll be honest, right? And they're like, yeah, we expect it. Like I told them, there's a couple of knives I just fucking hate. They're still good knives, but I just don't like them. But that's the whole point is it doesn't play well. Like no one likes just the completely negative reviews. There we go. I finally got it out.
Yeah, in other words, you don't get views if you throw out a negative. Frankly, people don't want to watch people complaining about stuff as much, right?
Mike, put the pen down. You don't need any more.
There you go. Yeah. So hey, I want to hear real quick. I want to hear your story of CrazySharp and all that stuff. Where did you get your name?
You want to get into that shit? An hour and 30 in after I ate a 50 milligram edible. You saw how long it took me to explain that I don't like to do negative reviews because they don't get views. Do you imagine what the fucking like? It'll be tomorrow. Like people are like, they're waking up like, oh, motherfuckers are still alive.
How about if we'll do one of John John's? We'll do one of John John's live streams for 8 hours.
Yeah, right. So what happened was CrazySharp came from the fact that one of the first people I sharpened a knife for and sent it out to was a guy that he worked on the base and he had transferred, and one of his friends told him that I sharpened knives. So I sharpened a knife and I sent this knife back to the guy. And he was like, well, that is just CrazySharp. And I was trying to think of names for the business. And I was like, well, there you go. CrazySharp. He just did it for me. He just did it for me. And everybody was like, well, why CrazySharp? And I like to say, because holy shit looks bad on a business card. Holy shit, sharpening service. Like, I'm fucking bleeding.
Holy shit, ouch.
So none of those look good on a business card. So
no, they don't. No, they don't. Right.
And then at the time I was still working for the government and I fucking hated it. They were sucking my. So every time I got a paycheck, it's like they got like 42 hours of my life and a little piece of my soul. But I'm a ginger, so they were missing out on that. Then it just got to the point where I would wake up in the morning and going to work, just like the thought of going to work just felt like somebody had pulled my soul out of my rectum.
Yeah,
and then folded it up and then put it back in sideways.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And so the sharpening service was going really well. Like I was literally taking days off to sharpen knives.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I had PTO, like, I had paid time off because I was a GS11 and I was making really good money. And I was like, I looked at how much I was making sharpening wise. And I was like, this is sustainable.
I can do this
with my, and then I did it for like a year and then something happened. And I don't know what happened. Apparently, I pissed everyone off all at once. And it just went to it went from I was sharpening 10 knives every evening and 10 knives in the morning and then trying to figure out if I was going to have time to do a video. It went from that to look at all this fucking time I've got. I may as well make a video. And I quit a job where I was making 6 figures. And I'm pretty sure we're going to live under an overpass. Why did I do this right after I bought a house?
Yeah. Oh, God, dude. Yeah.
And then I started making knives, and that worked for a while. And then
you brought up a point. I have pointed out, and I have told you that I collect knives from people I know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not making knives anymore.
I know, but somewhere in a junk drawer, I'm sure you have a little POS that you threw there that you don't care about anymore. And one day you're going to send it to me.
I'll send you the blade off a bench.
There you go. Send me a blank.
Here you go. That's down payment on the rest of a knife. Just hold on to this, and I'll find a garbage knife somewhere. But you got to send this back because this is the spare blade for the one I carry.
Fair enough. No, seriously though, just because that's the way I collect. It really is. That's the way I collect. One of my ways I collect is my personal. Let me show you a couple.
I have no idea. I have no idea where this came from. Like I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I know I just pulled this out of the case. I forgot I even had this, and I just pulled it out of the case. And now I'm like,
you were talking about Jared. So this is one of the first knives. Here, so this is one of the first knives, and we haven't shown any spider codes yet. So this is one of the first knives that I traded for online or did any business with.
Wait. Traded for a line?
Online. Hey, no, Jared doesn't do that anymore.
My bad.
Yeah, Jared doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't do that shit no more. As he tells us. That's what he tells us. I mean, I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, I traded him a Pair 3 and a Hooligan for the Manix XL he has on his channel, and the Manix 2 XL, the big old beast, too big for my hands, and so so this is from Jared, and I treasure this. I showed you Tree Stabbing Troy, who's in the chat, and him. JR was in the chat. I've got a knife from him. I mean, I can keep going. I'm you owe me, buddy.
No, it's okay. I don't know what happened. We started talking about knives, and then I just realized you were still talking. I was like, oh shit, hey, I'm doing a live feed. Like, I'm not watching a TV show. I was like, that dude on the fucking left.
Must be really entertaining.
I was like, that dude on the fucking left just isn't doing a goddamn thing. And I was like, wait, I'm the one on the left.
Like I said, I must be freaking entertaining there, right? Hey guys, so
it's not
guys
that.
still in the chat.
There's a lot of brain chemistry going on right now.
That's okay. I'm right there with you. Well, as much as I can be. Throw in the chat, guys. You want me to do live streams? I'll start. No, I don't want to step on anyone's space because, frankly, we got so many people doing live streams that I don't know that there's a whole lot of.
Oh, I was joking about the whole bees blades thing when somebody said bees. I like to avoid like
same time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, usually bees ends just about the time I start.
He did,
or a little bit after. And on Wednesdays, Jared ends right about the time I'm starting, and I don't go live on Tuesdays often. And even if I do, I told
I saw you Monday this week, right? Monday or Tuesday?
Oh yes, David. By the way, I did finish your sea snake. So Cole goes live on Tuesdays, and I was like, I just won't go live on Tuesdays. And the only time I ever I had something scheduled and it fell through and I had to do it on Tuesday. I was like, I called him and I was like, hey bro, I'm going to be going live right at the same time as you. I'm sorry. He goes, bro, it's not like a network where we each have a time slot and you're interfering with my show.
But it is.
I was like, no, but the fact is, like, we share a lot of subscribers. He goes, I appreciate it. He's like, but it doesn't matter. They'll come and watch it later. And I was like,
but it is. You can get people's feelings a little bit in a not you, I mean in general. People, I've seen people get their feelings in a tough about stuff. And by
I
the
wasn't
way,
sure I was even going to do this tonight. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I might give Patrick a call and be like, if I can change my mind.
I hope you've had fun.
I'm having a blast.
Real quick, thank you. Real quick, someone had mentioned that they had also heard line 2, and believe me, if I could be trading lines for Spyderco's, I'd be a lot richer than I am now. That's for damn sure, because I'd be selling them for $30 on the secondary. So there you go. So yeah, I'm not that wealthy.
I'm pretty sure this feed's getting demonetized. I don't know about y'all, but like, there's enough innuendo. There's enough innuendo in this. Like, we haven't overtly said anything, but I'm pretty sure that like when somebody's back there going.
Well, actually, if I do get you demonetized, I'm terribly sorry. I owe you an apologies for that one.
I get me demonetized on a regular fucking basis.
Okay, good.
Like I wake up in the morning and I look at my fucking shit and I'm like, I get an email. I'm like, this video is no longer this video is not recommended for advertisements. I'm like, I bet they're still gonna run fucking ads in it though.
Yeah, we made a lot of clear cut reference, and we better watch that.
Jod, I don't know if you've ever watched Cutlery Corner Network. They have a guy on there named Todd Boone.
Yes,
Todd Boone. He's always sniffing, right? But like when they put his name up,
but he shows great stuff.
Yeah, but like when you see it, that T is definitely a fucking J. So I was calling him Jod, and then it was like, well, our boy Todd Boone. The one night we were watching it, like, Mike, it's Todd. We were watching it, and we in the Gilded server for my paying members, we have a chat room set up for when we're watching that. And we just, by the way, guys, there's a good chance we're probably doing that tonight for paying members. And I kept saying Jod, and they're like, what the fuck is Jod? And I was like, the guy, and they're like, it's Todd, Mike. And I was like, no, motherfucker, that's Jod. That was a goddamn J. I saw it.
I caught that on your live stream earlier this week. I think you had put it on briefly.
Yeah, we did. We watched it for like 30 minutes. That's always a blast.
And he is hilarious. that guy,
I
the thing
hate the other
is, I
two.
swear, hasn't he been doing this for 25 years? Didn't he used to do the?
So I remember, because I don't sleep. We've had that conversation earlier.
Right.
I don't sleep, so I remember like I would come home
shopping or whatever.
Yeah, I would come home on the. I was with the Expeditionary Combat, so a lot of times we were out in the field for like the entire week, and then I would only see my wife on weekends. And so if we weren't downrange for 4, 6, 8 months, so at any rate, I would, I couldn't sleep. It'd be Saturday night, and I'm like, oh, that fucking knife show is on the Knife Channel thing, and I would find it at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd watch it till about 4, and then I'd sleep for a little bit, and I would, and I found Cutlery Corner Network on YouTube, and I was like, no fucking way, it's the same dude.
Yeah, it is, right? I think it is. So, I can't prove it, but I swear I think it is, because I mean when they were all selling all the what is the company?
Frost Cutlery.
Frost, thank you. All the Frost
still,
stuff.
that's all they sell. As a matter of fact, we did the thing, and so I still have this. Oh, did I accidentally fucking? I may have accidentally. No, there it is.
This is one of the prides of my collection, by the way, guys. I'll show it in a minute.
Bro, look, we got the Frost Cutlery background. I mean, how could you not? Like,
but that used to be all you could get, though. I mean, that was. I mean, not shooting down anyone, but I mean, in the 90s, if you wanted to get, or early 2000s, if you wanted to get a collection of knives, you pretty much had to go.
Yeah, well, and I was telling somebody, I was like, there was a long time that, like, if you got a production knife and it wasn't Benchmade, Spyderco, or Gerber when they were still really good. And I can't remember what Gerber was before it was Gerber, but I do know that Pacific Cutlery was Benchmade was Pacific Cutlery back in the day before they went mainstream, and then it became Benchmade. Or maybe Gerber was Pacific Cutlery. At any rate, if you didn't have one of those, and they still weren't like they were great, but they still were like nothing like a custom knife.
Not now. Yeah.
And then when I first got out of the military, I got big. I just jumped right into custom knives. I didn't do that, like work my way up to custom knives. I went like, I'm buying a $3,000 knife after I retired, because I had my retirement check, especially when I worked for Lockheed Martin, and I was making I was working stupid hours, like $37 an hour plus overtime and time and a half. And then I worked every Sunday, so that was time and a half at plus 10%. I was making a lot of money, and I just bought
but like you said,
you're
selling your soul for that money at that point.
Well, no, Lockheed Martin, well, kind of, but I didn't have much. I didn't have much to give away. Like, it's like, you guys are you're tapping a dry well, motherfucker.
I can't make myself work for anyone else ever again. I have not been able to do that.
I can.
Yeah, I haven't been able to. I'm self-employed, and I mean, it's just there's something of having to, for lack of a better word, please somebody else. I just not going to happen.
What's going to get a copyright strike? I don't know what we're doing.
What did I do? Did I sing something? I might have sung something earlier.
Oh, no. Okay, so 2A Dave is talking. I have a stream server where the pre-recorded stuff that's already like not like live, but we can watch it together. It's not here. I won't do that. So it's different.
You use a different server for your got it.
Yeah, it's almost like Discord, and it's stuff that's pre-recorded on my DVR. On my online DVR. So
just for the fun of all those who hate traditional knives, so here we go. This is a canoe, a Koi River canoe, and I just want to do a bench.
I ain't no fucking canoe. That's a steamboat. That motherfucker.
I just want to do a bug out for comparison, just for the fun of saying. And here's the Benchmade bug out for comparison, like all the channel reviewers do. I just had to. I just had to. Sorry, I had to.
You gonna go cut down a tree in the yard? Like, who needs a fucking axe? Who needs a fucking axe? I got a canoe. And then your neighbors are hearing that conversation. Why aren't you cutting down that tree? Why get an axe? I don't need it. I got a canoe. And your neighbors are like, what the fuck are they doing on the other side of this fence? Like, I got
for real. When I got it, the first thing I thought is, I do have a tree branch I need to go cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's such a great thing, a great piece, just for collection stuff.
We had a neighbor at the one when we were in Yokosuka, Japan. We had a neighbor right next door, And so the yards were fenced off a little bit. You could still see each other's yards. And I'd be out in the backyard getting stuff out of my shed, and I could just hear the conversations happening in his yard with him and his friends. And like you're like sitting there and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about over there? Jesus Christ. I think this dude needs to this guy's got problems. He was the spouse. He was the, as we call them, dependonimus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he was the civilian. His wife was actually the officer, and he's just enjoying the benefits. And I'm like, you're disgusting. You make me sick. I hate you. and everyone's like, why do you say that? Like, I was like, you make me sick. You disgust me. Why do you say that about all the male dependents? I was like, because they got that shit figured out. Like, they get all the same benefits that I have. They ain't got to do any of the fucking work. I was like, those are the dudes. Those cats figured this shit out. And I was like,
yeah, my wife hasn't worked since 2006 when we had our daughter. I've been very fortunate and blessed, and I really mean that, to be able to help her stay at home and stuff. But it hurts. I mean, nowadays you need a two person income.
Well, I have my retirement and this, and my wife,
which is a 2-person income, basically, right?
Well, sort of. I mean, it's nothing like it was.
Well, okay, 1 1/4.
When the sharpening surface was going good and everything. But right now, no.
You didn't get my joke. 1 1/4. It's 1 1/4.
Well, I'm making about $1,000 less a month than I was 6 months ago.
See, that's crazy. And being so dependent. See, that's one of the reasons why I've kept this a hobby. I haven't really been diving and really driving, trying to get it to where it would start making money. I say a hobby. It's actually a business in that I've sold knives on my channel more than enough last year to trigger the IRS. So this is a business, and so I have to claim it as a business.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't make horrible money. Like, I've got the paying members. I can't thank them enough. They do all kinds of shit. Most of the people who are dropping super chats are my
by the way, everyone, if you're not a Patreon member, go sign up to Mike's Patreon or
I don't have a Patreon. I have a membership.
Join his channel membership. There you go, guys. Yeah, I'm supposed to plug for him.
$2 a month gets you access to my Gilded server.
There you go.
Right there.
That's where he shows that crazy stuff he was just talking about. Yeah,
well, I do all kinds of stuff, and we have all kinds of different chat rooms. So it is a blast. We do like on Friday nights. A lot of times, I will watch Cutlery Corner Network, and we all chat and in that. But the cool thing too is I do movie day on. I set up a StreamYard for just the paying members, and I send them a link. And they can all watch it, and we can chat. Sometimes
video chat,
we can do, like, they can bring up their cameras if they want, but we also have the chat bar on the side. So the private chat. So that's stuff that we do that's just like extra content, and it's a lot of fun. We usually have fun. That's and really I've had 2A Dave has been down to the house. Winston Cobretti's been to the house. See, Lumati Ninja paying member, and he's dropping super chat. Y'all get on the boat with him.
Thank you. Oh, he
got hey Ninja. Oh. Hey Ninja. Hey, Ninja. I got that real close to the microphone last week, and everybody was like, thanks, bro. Like, I didn't need that. I didn't need to hear anymore. It's cool.
Man. And here I thought it was tinnitus. That ringing in my ear.
Tinnitus. The true Lord of the Rings.
Right? So anyway,
so Tyler, that's what I was talking about. So I don't like Discord because I don't like their political leanings and the censorship. But I have a Discord server, which is I have a Gilded server, which is just like, Discord, but it's limited to the paying members. So I send when the paying members come in, I put out a chat only for the paying members, and then that gives them the access link to join. More cowbell.
Hi, Todd.
So that's the equivalent. But I was gonna do it for everybody, but I see how hard it is to manage with just the paying members. What was that, Todd? What?
That, by the way, that More Cowbell is one of my favorite Saturday Night Live episodes of all time.
It's everyone.
It's a classic. It is totally More Cowbell.
Do you guys? Do you want
Colt. I'm burning. I can't finish the lyrics because if I say it more than 2 lyrics, it'll trigger it.
No, because you don't sound anything like them. They sound, well, good.
Oh.
Sorry. My bad.
Hi, Todd.
What's going on, Todd Carr? What is this? What were the knives at Tyler? I don't know what's going on.
What were the knives at Tyler? What did that Tyler say?
I don't know because I mean I could scroll up and shit, but I'm
Tyler. What up? Hi, Tyler. What up?
Okay. So now they've gotten into their like little
everyone's talking to each other.
Side chat, and I'm like, fuck it. I'll look over every once in a while, but I'm not trying to keep up with all that. I'm not reading a teleprompter.
right. It actually. Well, never mind. I have seen some channels where they just seem to sit and read the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily. I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing bad about it.
Okay, so there's 36 people here now. I do need to do this. This knife is going for sale. I'm gonna do a video of it, carry it for a little bit. But this is a Rockstead Higo 2 titanium and ZDP 189 full mirror polish. It has been used. I have yet to find out if the warranty can be transferred, but the owner only wants $850 for it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had $850 for it, it would not be going on here right now. I told Jared that he needs to pay. He needs to pay for it, and he goes, "Well, I mean, I don't." I was like, "No, you got to understand. Like, you have to buy it, and then I'm just going to steal it. Like, just like however you got to justify it to yourself that you're buying me this knife. Like, I'm cool with that. So, yeah, this thing is great. I'm gonna do a video about it, but I will tell you, I have cut myself with it 2 times. So like I cut myself pretty bad with the Cancept prickle that I put back in my pocket. So I cut myself pretty bad with this one, but I've cut myself 2 times in total with this.
I want that knife really bad.
Sell the Norseman, Patina Turner. Sell the Norseman. You shut your whore mouth. What's wrong with you? I don't even know. That came from a movie, and I don't know where it came from. I have no idea, but it came from a movie, like a Western, and my sister and I have said that to each other for years. When one of us says something,
if I bought one of those for that price, I would use it. It would totally be a user. $800 for one of those, I would be using the hell out of it.
That's why I use my Norseman all the time. People are like, you use your Norseman? You don't keep it safe? I'm like, no. I paid $970 fucking dollars for that thing. I'm gonna get my goddamn money's worth. I want to use it so much that I gotta ask John if he can make me a new blade.
There you go. I want to use my warranty services because I've overused.
I want to, right? What's saying?
That's true. That's actually
see, Murky. Now you missed it. Like I have no idea what saying I was talking about. That's why this is such an animated and fun live feed, because I've gotten into the cabbage.
He's actually having some time dilation going on at times. Time contraction dilation.
Mike, where'd you go? Oh, fucking no. I was gone for a little bit.
Did you say shut your?
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, now I got it. That was what it was. Yeah. So my sister and I, for years, we saw that in a movie. Tina told me to sell the Norseman. I was like, you shut your whore mouth. That was something that came from a movie, and my sister and I have said it to each other for years. Like when one of us says something, and the other one does not approve of it, you're just like, hey, you shut your whore mouth.
That didn't come from the one where he's in the where he puts the.
It might be.
Oh, Anchorman. Yeah, there you go, Anchorman.
It might be.
It might. Yes, I think it is.
It's either it's a Will Ferrell. It's definitely a Will Ferrell.
I think it is. I think I just saw that recently. It was bugging me.
I'm gonna have to look it. I'm gonna have to look it up. But yeah, we've said that for years, and then we both, if we want to make each other laugh, all we have to do is text each other Oklahoma, and they'll start laughing because immediately the first thing that either one of us think of is the scene from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Oh, Oklahoma. He's running around and Michael Caine's like, Ruprecht, don't make me get the genital cuff.
Ouch.
Fucking hilarious.
Ouch.
Love that fucking movie.
Ouch.
Let's see here. So we're coming up on the end of the, let's see here. Maybe Tombstone. I don't think it was Tombstone.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Will Ferrell. That sounds totally that rings a bell.
Now that I hear it now that I say that and I've read that, I'm hearing it in his voice now in my head.
Totally.
Like,
totally.
You guys. So I know that there's a handful of people here that typically aren't here because you came over because Patrick posted it. But like,
Oh, I think there's only one or two I've only seen.
There's something that will make me laugh, guaranteed, and that's when I do this. So I go through the little echo things, and I go down to the monster voice.
And
I start laughing. And if I hear myself,
keep going. I love it. Can you do it to both of us?
I can hear it. I can hear it in my headphones.
Yes.
And that's all I can hear is that laugh. And I seriously, I'm not gonna lie. I got into the cabbage the other night and I just hooked the microphone up and I just did it to myself. There wasn't even anyone here. It's just me.
I would play with it too, totally.
It's nuts. Somebody said that when I was talking about like I used to do the Butters voice. Absolutely, I definitely use that voice when I have a conversation with someone and then I'm trying to like emphasize that I'm now talking. I'm bringing you the points. So yeah, I used to do this is what you said. I'm like, yeah, definitely sounds like Butters from
Kyle's mom. Is it? Never mind.
I don't need that.
Sorry. Hey, they got away with it on primetime TV. So if they got away with it on prime, anyway. Yep. Oh yeah, he does sound like Tenacious D's. Yeah.
Well, that's probably because they use the same voice filter, or one of the same voice filters. I like this one because it sounds like I'm talking from Polly's mother's vagina. It's like a hangar bay in here.
But have you got your period yet?
Dark and
vagina. Have you got your period yet?
It's dark, sticky, and there's like graffiti on the walls and shit.
Hey, look!
I don't know where he went. Is he still here? But
Jonah was here.
So, well, guys, we're coming up on 2 hours. I don't know how much more of this I can do. It's been fun. I just wanted to do this because, I saw you don't have enough. You don't have enough subscribers, so I figured we'd do this where you could bring it to at least. Well, I figured, I've got 8,000 subscribers. I don't know why I don't ever have more than 30 people in my live feeds. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Right?
That's some bullshit right there.
It is. We need to fix that. We need to do this again sometime, and we need to really pull in 100. We need to break 100.
I've had it.
I'm sure.
I'm trying to get Dick over at Metal Complex on. I was talking to him.
Richard, yes.
Dick.
Yeah, Richard.
You know what? As many times as I fucking DM'd that motherfucker, he hasn't answered me. I'll call him Dick.
He answered. Well, I won't say he doesn't answer. He's answered me once or twice, but usually because
he has. It just, but it's always late. Like I'm like I'll send him a message on like Monday. I'm like, hey man, you want to do the live feed on? Because he's told me a bunch of times he'll do the live feed, and I'm like, hey man, you want to do the live feed on Friday? And then like fucking Saturday morning, he's like,
sure.
Fuck, dude, I just saw this, and I'm like, yeah, thanks, bro. Like that would have been nice yesterday, considering I was like kind of holding out for a guest. I've had had people like cancel on me the day of the
you
podcast.
Told me.
Like,
yeah,
I'm like, this is some bullshit. This is bullshit right here.
It really is. It's not very considerate because
once I'm cool with it. Like, hey man, something came up, but like 2 times, and one of them was just like, oh yeah, my girlfriend said she wanted to do this, so bailing, and I'm like, yeah, you're a dick, dude.
I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, you know what? I run a weekly D&D game every Wednesday night.
That makes sense. I could see that.
Thanks a lot. But
I'm kidding. I was like, yeah, you do remind me of a dude I would have beat up in high school.
Only once, because I would have killed you. You would beat me up once, and then you would have died mysteriously in your sleep.
I don't know about that.
That's right. You don't sleep.
I've had a lot of people threaten that shit. It just hasn't come to fruition. I had a dude like, I will kill you. And I'm like, we got a date set or something?
I'm still here. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Mike, actually, Mike, I've really enjoyed it. You're fun to talk to, and it's been fun to be sitting here and talking knives.
I enjoy these. When I have knife makers on, and like honest, like people that tell me that they're knife reviewers, which you told me you weren't, so I threw the notebook over there. It's a lot more structured. Yeah. like has some sort of flow, but this was fun. So next week, I'm not sure what's happening next week. There's probably going to be one of two things will happen. I'll have a guest. I have a couple people that I'm trying to get to come on. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I'm trying to get the marketing director, Seth, the marketing director for We Knife Company.
Oh,
I'm trying to get Jeff Tough Thumbs. I'm trying to get Tough Thumbs to come on, and I'm gonna try and get Richard from Metal Complex. But if none of that happens, I don't know what's going on. I have to look at everybody's schedule. But the plan truly is, I'll preempt it if one of those guys wants to come on, because I just had this guy on. But Joking and Smoking podcast, the Veterans podcast. I'm trying to set it up so that we simulcast, so that they're recording. We're doing the live stream for everyone here. They're recording it, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe it'll help. I just want to get them more. I just want to, because they're trying to do like helping veterans, like telling your stories, good, bad, and ugly, on the podcast. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll have you on." I was like, "Oh, you're in for some special shit." I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy for 18 years, and I spent fucking 16 of it on the water.
Ouch. Hey, quick observation. So you were commenting on my channel subscription. So the weird thing is, though, my Instagram, I mean, I've got you beat by like 1,000 followers on freaking Instagram. It's the weirdest thing. It's the flowers. It's the flowers.
Nah, it's because Instagram doesn't like me. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Like so I lost my ability to live stream on Instagram for like a year. And then day before yesterday, I was just fucking around. I was like, let's try it. Let's see. And it worked. And I was like, holy crap. And I was going to do it again today.
It didn't work.
And it was like, no, you've been blocked because of this. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was trying to run ads. I was trying to do boost my my stuff for the sharpening service.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was trying to basically get them to let me run ads on YouTube on there, and I did some videos, and they were like, "Oh no, it promotes the sale of weapons." And I was like, "No, it's a sharpening service." And they're like, "No," and they wouldn't give me the time of day. And I did a bunch of hey, I did a bunch of disputes. I'm like, hey, like what the fuck? And my whole thing was, I was like, you say that, but Knife Aid, the company Knife Aid, is running ads for basically the same fucking thing I'm doing, only they're fucking people's knives up. Patina Turner. Do you know why? Because I very rarely am on Instagram. Like, I don't fucking do shit. Like, I use Instagram as a repository for fucking stupid bullshit memes that I don't want to keep on my phone, so that I can put them up on Instagram and then scroll back through and find. I use it like it's a photo album, because then I can save it on my phone again.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
When I can't remember the name of a knife, if I posted it on Instagram, then I go back and I find the name of it. Oh yeah, there it is.
I don't comment on. Don't feel bad. That's not it. Like, if you make comments on a video, there's a good chance I'm gonna I read every comment. And people are like, "Oh, you didn't answer my comment." I was like, "There's two reasons that I don't answer a comment that makes sense. Like, if it's just like somebody saying something, I'm just gonna take. If it's a question, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna answer the question, unless I feel as though I adequately explained it in the video, or if it's obvious that you made that comment before you watched the rest of the video, because I know specifically that I mentioned it several times in a video. You just haven't gotten that far yet. That's one of the things that drives me nuts about people on YouTube.
I've seen that.
Like, they'll make a comment and like, well, what about this? And then like right below it, sorry, I commented before I watched the whole video. I'm like, you're one of those people.
Hey, I'm one of those people, but I'm only one of those people if I'm in the first 3 people, so I can say first, second, or third. So I'll throw it down first to make sure I get it in there. Yeah,
they're up there. They're up there with people that are in the far left lane going below the speed limit. Like, there's a special place in hell for those people.
Yes, there is. I want to put them there when I'm behind them. That's for damn sure.
Daniel, I was just, did you find out about the warrant? This is his knife. Daniel, did you find out about the warranty on this? Was this transferable or not? Because I'm offering this. I was letting everybody know that I'm offering it up for sale for you. So hopefully that is so polished that like I thought that I was getting like the green screen. And I was like, oh no, it's just that it's
Yeah, that's
It's
cool.
reflecting the screen back at it, so it looks like the green screen is making it disappear.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So
Troy,
yeah, but like,
I try to.
shit.
Troy, I try to answer everyone's on Instagram. I don't get on there nearly enough. I should, but when people
Yeah.
comment to me, I again, I do this for fun. So if I'm not doing it as a business, so I'm not nearly as involved in all the other little stuff that goes on, because there's a lot of behind the scenes that I know he's doing that I don't do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
there's
don't do it all.
like looking up what the search terms are that are most popular this week, and making sure you
Research.
tailor your tags and doing. So tomorrow, it was supposed to happen today, and I got busy with a bunch of other shit. I was trying to figure out. I have an outlet that's not working out here. I only have 2 outlets in the garage, and one of them's not working right. I was trying to rerun wires and stuff to get this set up, but I have to make thumbnails for the videos, and I typically make 2 for each video, so that if I see that one's not performing well, like I'll have one and I'm like, yeah. Oh, so this knife still has the active warranty, so you can register this to have it serviced by Rockstead. This
Because it's never been registered yet.
It has not been registered yet, so that makes it even with some little scratches, because it does have some minor scratches and stuff on it. Even with that makes it definitely. God, this thing is ridiculous. I have some of the sharpest knives around here at my house. Like I fucking make them that way, and I'm like, ooh, that's too much. That's not. It feels naughty.
Don't touch the edge.
I don't want to touch that. It's just like, that feels like why does that feel sticky? Oh, because it's cutting me and I'm bleeding. It is sticky. It's blood.
Yeah, it's like, oh, when knives can actually split your skin by just the pressure. Yeah, oh man, that is just insanely. Yeah, that gets me too. I've had a few of those where I'm like, oh,
it's not a GFC. It's an outdoor outlet, because I'm out in the garage. So it's a water. It's one of the steel like construction boxes, and it's got 4. It has 4 on it, and 2 of them aren't working. So that means that I'm down to, like, I've had to reroute some stuff. So I only have 2 actual outlets here. One of them has 2 plugs, and one of them has 4, and that's the only outlets other than the one for the washer and dryer way back over there. So it's pretty much the 0 bevel. Like that knife goes from the apex back. There is no like edge bevel. None. None.
Ready.
So
I
checked Troy. I checked the breaker. There's no breakers. I think the outlet just fine with it. I don't want to do it anymore. And the nice thing about renting is I already called the landlord. I'm like, hey, fucking something don't work.
I need the wiring fixed.
Because it's like, oh well, some of these things. I was like, no, you got to fix it.
Yeah, like you said,
Get on it. Because he's like, I was like, I owned a house. I know how that is, because my wife was like the renter. Like, hey, this doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, no, just get on it.
Wait. So your wife was like the renter. In other words, she was complaining to you as the landlord about everything that was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And I discovered something really quick. Like, when you buy a house, you don't actually own that house. You just rent it. You rent it from the fucking bank, and they're a much less forgiving landlord. Like,
not to mention you rent it from the
landlord.
bank.
I miss my rent every once in a while, because I just forget. Like, I don't pay attention to the calendar. And he's like, hey, I don't want to bother you, Mike, but it's the 5th. And I'm like, I didn't send the rent, did I? He's like, no. He's really forgiving. The bank's not like that.
No, they aren't.
They're not real cool. Like, I'm sure I could get away with not paying for a month.
Neither's the federal government. So even after you're done paying off the bank, every year there's going to be this guy that comes around and goes, hey, you owe me a few grand if you want to keep your house. Yeah, right? You need to give me that money, or I'm going to take it away.
I'm not like, I was like, you'll own nothing and love it. I'm not that guy. I love the idea of owning a house, but having lived as a renter and then purchasing a house as the owner, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, I got to fix all this shit.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, the dishwasher quit working, and I'm like, just call it dishwasher repairman. And so I got a dishwasher repairman to come out. He goes, yeah, it'll be $750, and I was like, oh, that's right. I got to pay for this shit, because like when the landlord would do it, the same company would show up and then
it would be taken care of.
And I'm like, cool. I forgot the whole part of like, not only do I have to pay for the house, I got to pay for all the shit that's fucked up in the house.
Yeah, last month alone.
I'm fine with renting. I told the landlord this. I was like, I will rent here as long as you'll fucking let us. Because I one don't like moving, and two, I'm much better with renting. Than I'm much happier renting this place.
Last month I lost a water heater, a washer, and a dryer all within the same month.
Get a home warranty. After the first time. No, you can buy them. They were great. Like
I'm thinking that actually. Yeah. I should. I need to talk to my wife. She handles that.
After that first time, and the dishwasher broke, and now I owned it. And they came out, and they were like,
"It's expensive."
It's basically what we did. I didn't realize it. That's basically what we did. I don't think it was $750. I think it was like $450 or something.
Yeah, probably.
After that, I looked at it. So for $800 a year, I would have service calls for $30. Now that sounds like a lot, $800, but your refrigerator shits once. It paid for itself. So we were like, my wife was like, she's like, it's so expensive though. That's like $800 a year. We could use that money for other stuff. She left for Japan, and it was coming up on time to pay it. Right before it expired,
something broke.
The fucking hot water heater went out, and I was like, well, that's like that pays for this year and last year. And I was like, I'm fucking renewing it.
Yep.
Dishwasher, refrigerator went out twice. That they had to come out and fix it, and like each time you add that up, I definitely paid less with the home warranty because it was like $65 for a call out fee. Garage door, the spring broke, and I had to have a locksmith come let me in the house because my keys were in the garage. And I locked myself out the front. When I went back, I tried to get the garage door to go up, and I could hear the motor running, but the fucking thing wouldn't go.
Oof.
Spring broke, so I had to have a locksmith get me in the house, and then we had to like force it up for the guy to come the next day to. I don't know if have you ever tried to open a garage door?
Yeah,
without the spring. Like
the spring I remember payphones.
No, you still had springs. Like when the spring that adds to.
Oh god, yeah, I've had the spring break. Yeah, those things are cool.
I didn't know how much. I was like, hey, it's a fucking thin piece of aluminum. Might be good. And I tried to lift it. I was like, good god.
No, those are heavy. Yeah, they're really heavy.
It took 3 of us
really
to fucking get that big 2-car garage door open.
It's amazing how much the springs help. I mean, how much that work is being done by the mechanical assist. It's amazing.
Yeah. This one has 2 springs, and I'm like, that's because it's an insulated garage door. That's why it gets so quiet and it stays so cool in here. If I can get it cooled down in here, it stays cool all day, as long as I don't open that door. But it's 2 springs, and I'm like, I bet that motherfucker's heavy. It's got 2 springs.
I'm not gonna find out.
I'm going to keep a good close eye on them springs. Be like, they're looking, Rudy, I don't know, you might want to have somebody check these springs because I ain't fucking lifting that thing.
Yeah, but those springs are like, I mean, they really shouldn't break. I mean, they're like, quarter-inch.
Really? Because
they should.
I had 2 of them break.
Like I said, they should.
In the course of the time. And a guy came, I was like, so if I didn't have the home warranty, how much would this cost me? He goes, well, it's $300 for the spring. And I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, there you go. That does pay for itself.
I'm in the wrong goddamn business. Use a fucking gun.
Does he want to adopt me?
I don't know.
My daddy gave me. My daddy gave me both my houses. So that's Lacey.
Well, guys, this has been fun. My daughter's going to bed. I want to go. Actually, she's in bed. I want to go tell her good night. So,
yeah, I was just reading that one. Yeah.
Paying members. I will be in the Cutlery Corner Network chat. And if I decide I'm going to play video games, I'll let you know the change in the Gilded server. If you guys want to get into the Gilded server thing, that is my disc. That's basically my Discord. You got to be a paying member. I had to offer that as a bonus. Like if I offer it to everyone, like I was going to do just the Gilded, like the paying members, and then have a general. And I was like, that kind of takes away from the whole point of offering special bonuses to the paying members. And the paying members also have access because there's a couple people there that aren't. Like Jared has access. Cole over at Tri-State has access. I told Nick Shabazz he was welcome to come on, and he's just always so fucking busy. He is. Like his video where he put up that he was cutting way back.
Yeah, I saw that.
I told him, I was like, I told him personally. I did the video where I put it out so everybody knew, because not everybody follows his stuff every time. And I was like, but it is like, it's no joke. It's kind of bittersweet. I don't watch a lot of knife content.
Yeah,
because by the time I've spent 10 to 14 hours a day filming it and editing it and sharpening it, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch something goofy, something else. But there's a handful of channels I actively seek out, and it's Jared's channel. If he's got something that's interesting to me, like I'll drop in for like 30 seconds.
I don't watch that. I'll be honest.
Just getting that view, and Nick's channel, and then Jim Skelton. Anything that Jim, but Jim was a big inspiration of me doing the channel. So.
Yeah, but I don't watch Gerald's like top 5, top 10 list stuff, the clickbaity stuff of his.
That's why I do.
No offense, Jared, if he watches this ever. I really don't watch those types of clickbaity.
I do a lot of. I'll tell you what, I do a lot of fast fives because they are fun. Because it acts as an exercise. Like, how much can I tell you? Like, I have 5 knives.
Oh, in 5 minutes, right? Yeah.
I want to do 5 knives, and I want to keep the video. I like to keep my videos about 12 minutes.
Okay,
it's not
so 2 minutes each.
Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter, but it's a good exercise. Can I get across my entire point I want to about this knife in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
And can I do that 5 times?
No, you can do it in 1 minute. My channel name, come on. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a secret. I've watched a lot of your videos. No, you can't.
Yeah,
because you have one video.
I don't review.
You have one video that's 1 minute.
I don't review videos.
Well, I'm not.
Wait. I think I did that.
I'm talking about the time constraint you set for yourself in the name.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is I did that 1 minute video specifically in response to someone. It was an intentional 1 minute video just to show I could do it.
I do it Monday through Friday. I make 5 shorts a week. And they're all a minute.
I don't. I am far. In fact, it became a joke to the point where it was designed to annoy the obsessive compulsive people who are going to look at that and go, "His video ain't a minute long." Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I did it. I was like, wait a second. I know that I've seen videos from him that are longer than a minute, and I was like, that's because every fucking one of them is more than a minute. Like, what a fucking liar. I will tell you a secret. So this is I haven't told a story. I like to try and tell a story. I haven't told an actual story. Today, I sent my sister this text. Today, I found out my father was a liar. Today, my dad's been dead for going on 6 years. When we were children, and my mother would work, and my dad had the weekends off because my mom was a nurse, my dad was a mechanic. He typically had Sundays, Mondays off. So on Sundays, my mom usually worked. She had Fridays, Saturdays. So they both worked. They were insane about work. Like they always, my dad would do double shifts and shit. At any rate, on the Sundays, when my dad was responsible for the children, typically we would have hot dogs, and they were Rittenberger hot dogs. That's the brand. It's a meat packing place, a small one where we live, and they're really good. And we'd have them frozen in the freezer, and he would pull them out. And I was like, "Well, I'm hungry. Can you cook the hot dogs?" He said, "Oh, you don't cook frozen hot dogs. They taste bad." And I was like, he's like, "They don't taste right." He's like, "Cook them from frozen. You got to let them thaw out for it. You got to cook them from frozen. You can't cook them from frozen. You got to let them thaw out, or they don't taste good. They makes them taste bad. It really does." And I'm like, okay. He did this when I was like 5. Today, I was really fucking busy. And at lunchtime, I was like, I was going to cook a hot dog. And I had frozen hot dogs. And I was like, I really need to let them thaw out. And I was like, they're kind of shitty hot dogs anyway. They're going to taste like shit either way. And I cooked them from frozen. And I ate them. And I was like, well, they taste exactly like they do when I let them thaw out. And I was like, he just didn't want to fucking cook more than one meal. He would wait all day. He'd pull those things out at lunch. He's like, I can't cook them yet. I forgot to pull them out. And then cook them for us before at dinner time. And he only had to cook us food once. He's a dick. What a dickhead. Like, and so I called my sister and I was like, our father lied to us. And she's like, about what? Like, she's like, I know.
Wait, about what now?
At what one of them have you finally discovered at our advanced age that he was lying about? I was like, the hot dog thing. She's like, oh, you didn't know that he just didn't want to cook for us? I was like, no. She's like, I can't believe you didn't understand. I was like, he was our father. like, who else are we supposed to listen to at that point in our life?
Right.
Like, that was the epitome. That was the pinnacle of adult supervision, was our father.
Well,
we saw him like one day a week.
If you listen to Jordan Peterson, your father's God. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's how I grew up. Yeah. The giant has spoken, and I'm like, okay, Dad said the hot dogs taste bad. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, these taste. I was expecting like, oh, that's bad. Like,
But he also told you to change the
like if
oil
you
every
cook a steak.
3,000 miles, right?
Like if you cook a steak, he was a mechanic. He just told me, he's like, that's some bullshit. He's like, fucking 12,000 miles. Don't you fucking buy it. Don't you buy into that shit. He's like, maybe just add some oil. Like, he's like, filter every 30,000. I'm like,
wow.
He goes,
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I don't need to change that thing. Unless your oil's like really dirty. He's like, just dump the oil out, run the oil out, put like 2 quarts in, run it for a little bit, get it through the filter, dump that out. He's like, yeah, you're going to add a little extra. But he's like, but really in the end, it's cheaper than doing it. Like, I'm like, are you serious? He goes, I was a mechanic. Who's better to tell you? I'm like, well, I was going to say, like,
but then again, he told you about the frozen hot dog thing.
I'm frozen. Yeah, right? The frozen. I'm like, I don't know whether I should believe him now. But like, I've never had a problem with my cars. I put 20,000 on the Volkswagen before I changed it. It's every 20,000 on the Volkswagen. It's what I do.
Wow,
like
I've
every
gone
2 years.
over, but yeah,
but so no, the hot dog thing. I was expecting, like, you know how if you cook like steak in a microwave, or if you cook something that's like meat in a microwave, how it has that weird. That's what I was expecting. Like, I can't stand that. And I'm like, that's what I was expecting, and I was like, that tastes perfectly fine. What a fucking asshole he was. Holy shit, Aiden.
Holy wow. Hey, Aiden. Hey, welcome. Thank you.
I put my bell.
Woo-hoo. I'll applaud. See, if I hadn't kept you on talking and telling stories, you would have missed Aiden here.
I broke it. I broke the cowbell. I broke the cowbell. I don't know how I did it, but the little ball clapper is gone. The only thing in there is the wire stuff. I'm not kidding at all. I don't know.
There you go, Aiden. You need to get someone needs to chime in for more money for a bell now. There you go. Wait, you got to do it. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't have to do anything. It's my goddamn channel. Do your own thing. What 1 minute knife reviews that are 6 minutes long?
Yeah, well, not to mention the 1 minute 6 seconds long ones. Yeah.
Where the fuck did that thing go? Couldn't have went real far.
You'll step on it. That's what'll happen. You'll have a sock on. You won't have a shade. You'll step on it.
Everybody warned me, like, oh, when you have kids, watch out. You're gonna have Legos on the floor.
Legos.
I'll step on fucking Legos every day of the week. My kid didn't. My kid was playing with marbles in the carpet at our first house here in San Diego. You ever step on a fucking marble in your bare feet?
Yep.
I peed a little.
Ouch.
Way worse than any goddamn any fucking Lego anywhere. I'll stand on the little skinny ones. Like, that was because it rolled like halfway down my foot all the way to the heel, and I was like, oh. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I peed. And I had a bruise down the bottom of my foot, and I had to go to work on Monday, and I'm like limping. Everybody's like, what the fuck happened to you? I was like, I got to fight. Really? I'm like, nah, I stepped on a fucking marble in my living room.
Marble one.
I'm not gonna try and lie to you. I stepped on a fucking marble in the living room. Fucking thing took me out. I peed a little. I laid on the ground. I was making that noise that you make when you can't. That noise you make when you want to yell but you can't breathe, so the air won't, like, the air gets you like vapor locked. You can't get, like, air won't come in and air won't go out. You're like,
you sound like an asthmatic. Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Like,
I've done that.
it's either someone choking to death or a rabbit dying in the woods.
Yeah, very high pitched.
Fucking marbles are horrible.
You
can hear it roll under your foot.
From the Jack game. Little caltrops, little 1 inch caltrops.
Oh yeah. Oh, we didn't have those. But I can just I just imagine that. It made my butthole slam shut. My ball sack pulled way up, and it was like my butthole was like somebody cinched the cord on a Crown Royal bottle. Like,
yeah, I've
thought of it.
Like, things.
Oh, that's not a good thought. I don't like that.
Not.
Hey, Aiden, here you go. You get a, what are you going to get? Let's see. I told the guys that we'll go for 2.5. Since
Go
we're
for
already
it.
past. Yeah, we got like 6 minutes. I told the guys that, like, that reminds me of, like, in Hong Kong, the first time I ever went to Hong Kong. Well, not the first time. It was one of the times I went to Hong Kong. I stayed over on the Hong Kong side, and there's all kinds of discos.
Oh yeah.
And I woke up.
I mean,
and
I
there's,
don't
like,
know about
like
Hong Kong, but yeah, I know.
the area we were at, there's not really any. I was like, you know what? They had food at that bar. I was like, you think they're open? Like they would, like it should be like, you know, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I bet they're open at least for food. It's like a bar, but it was like a disco. And so we walk in and like open the door and it's like dark. And it was just like literally like we walked in and this was what it was like.
And flashing lights.
And like, yeah, flashing lights and people are still dancing and shit. I'm like, it's like 9 o'clock in the fucking morning. And they're like, do you want to go? I was like, no, fuck no. They're dancing. We're going to fucking have a beer. They're like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, shut up. Can you tell what time it is right now? They're like, no. It's like, neither can they. We're just going to stay. Why'd we get hotel rooms?
Because casino thinking there. Yeah, what time
like,
is it? Who cares?
Why the fuck do we even have hotel rooms? Like we could just sleep at a table here. Like just one of us will just
oh yeah,
we'll sleep in shifts.
Yeah, you just sit there at the slot machine doing this. Made your arms on the slot machine.
Absolutely, it was absolutely a disco. And the guys are like, I was like, holy shit. I think I was like 20 at the time. I had never been in like any of the disco clubs like during the day. I didn't realize that they just never closed. Like Hong Kong side, Kowloon Bay side is over on the actual China side, and it's a little bit quieter, and there's a lot of bars and stuff. There's a lot of expats over there that are just there for like sports. They're like sports bars, like rugby bars and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. So I had not stayed over on the Hong Kong side, which is like the crazy city party discos and that kind of bars. I was like, good God, this is insane. And the guys are like, well, you should go. I was like, why would we go anywhere? I think we have died and gone to heaven. I don't think this bar closed.
Probably
go somewhere. What the fuck for?
I actually trying to remember. I seem to recall. Oh yeah, One Night in Bangkok, right? That movie with it's The Hangover. Number 3, number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing images of you all hanging out and bad things happening.
I can't tell you how many. So I went out in the Philippines and I ran out of money at the bar. And I was like, well, I got to go back. But the guys I was with were like, well, we're not going back. And I was like, well, I don't have any money. And they're like, well, you can wait here. And I'm like, I don't have enough money for a cab. That's why I was like, I was like, fuck, I spent like all my money. And these motherfuckers talked to the lady at the bar. So they were buying my drinks, but I didn't know it. And she told me I could drink free for the rest of the night. It was a gag. They got her to tell me that I could drink free for the rest of the night if I gave them my clothes. And I'm like, I'm in a pair of basketball shorts because we had to have a collared shirt on. It was hot. So I'm like in a pair of, I was in a pair of like jean shorts. A polo shirt, like a collared shirt, a t-shirt underneath, a ball cap, socks, and tennis shoes. And I gave this woman behind the bar my clothes, and she and a couple of girls stapled my clothes up on the wall so it looked like a body running. So it was the hat, and then the 2 shirts with the arms at different angles, and then the 2 like the shorts below it, and then the socks. Like it was walking, like glued, like stapled on the wall. And so meanwhile, I'm sitting there bare chested with my shoes in my hand in a pair of boxer shorts, like underwear at this bar. And so we come back and the guys I was shit faced by the time we left. I was with my supervisor. And so these guys were buying my drinks. They just wanted to embarrass me. So I come back in my underwear with no shirt, just my shoes and underwear, my ID and wallet and everything in my hand. And I come to the quarterdeck, and the Philippines was a notorious party spot. And so I come across the quarterdeck and I'm like, permission to come aboard. He's like, son, where are your, well, hell, it's Philippines. There's probably a good fucking reason for it. Come aboard.
I wonder if they're still on the wall.
I have no idea.
I mean, that'd probably be a theme for now for the whole bar for the rest of eternity. The Running Man Bar. Yes, that was the place where that guy, American.
And here's the thing: I remember the name of the bar. It was the Red Wolf Sports Bar.
There you go. You should look about. I wonder if they have an online website.
No, bro. This place, they're. There's seats, like their bench seats in the back were like seats out of a Jeep. It's like it was car seats in the back. Like there were stools that were like all crooked and poorly upholstered and squeaked, and you're like, this thing's gonna fucking fall out from under me. But we didn't sit in stools anyway, because that's how you judge how drunk you are. Like if your legs don't work, you like if you stand up, like if you've been drinking sitting down and you stand up, you might be fucked. But if you're standing up, you can judge how your evening's going a lot better. But yeah, that's how this place was. I guarantee they do not have a fucking website.
I've been in places like that, but they were usually
barely had a toilet.
Like I said, I've been in places like that, but they're usually punk bars or strip club toilets.
Tree Stabbing choice. So this might be the best Mike story ever.
Good one.
I got some other ones. But I like money coming from the channel, so I just don't tell them here.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to get even more demonetized. Can you get more demonetized?
I mean, maybe next time I'll tell the story about how I jumped out of a second story window in officer housing in Okinawa, Japan. Maybe that'll be one myself. Guys, I really do have to end this. I got some other stuff to do. If you're one of the paying members, check the Gilded server, see what's going on. Go over to Patrick's channel, 1 minute knife reviews. If you're not already subscribed,
review. No less. See, you're renaming my channel again, motherfucker.
I'll fucking find it.
Anyway, thank you all. Thank you, Mike, very, very much.
Yeah, no problem. It's been flat. It's been a blast. I like these. I like these. Mike sounds like. What's this? Mike sounding like many a lady after an impromptu wet T-shirt contest. As always.
Trying to justify why you were half naked and soaking wet with no money.
Yeah, I was more preferential to the wet G-string contest. Guys, with that, I'm out. I love you all. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye.